Going live. And we're live. Good evening, everybody. I don't even see anybody here. Tavo was here a while ago. I was here. Buddy Carfano was here many, many hours ago, like 11:30 this morning. But anyway, we're live. Kim's almost here. Oh, I see Faith. Faith just sent something. Buddy Carfano is here. Right on the hour. Good evening. Oh, and emails are coming in, so somebody must be here. So, economy cars. Wow. Mexican Spec is here. Good evening. This is one I always like because it's just, all the economy cars came out in 1960. Well, actually, Studebaker had one in 59, but Ford, General Motors, Chrysler all came out with cars in 1960. Ford, the Falcon, this one. Chevrolet, the Corvair. I mean, that was a huge project. And then and Chrysler, the Valiant. And this one I kind of like because it just looks like a normal car. The Chrysler, the Valiant, the Road Toad. That was one of. I'm reading the chat too. I can't think of his name. I always can't think of his name. Virgil Exner. That was one of Virgil Exner's really crazy looking designs, but I kind of liked it. And of course, the Corvair was so different. I mean, there wasn't anything on that car that was Chevrolet from the past, But the Ford Falcon, it's a new car with a new engine, but it looked like a normal car, and I kind of liked it. So let's see who else is here. Slimo's here. Good evening. Everybody's saying hi to everybody. And, so, right on the hours. Buddy Carfano, Mexican Spec, and Slimo. They're all still watching Kiwi, Kim yells from the back room. Mexican Spec, that Falcon has the right amount of trim. Hey, you know what? A friend of mine, who I still talk to him occasionally, like every year on our birthdays, we'd call each other. And he lives in Massachusetts now, but he used to live down the street from me in California, and his sister had one of these. And we were kids, like 11 or 12 years old or something, and we wanted to customize this car. And we wanted to change the grill on it and paint the small grill bars and give it a more bold look. And his father's like, no, don't touch that car. So then we talked to him. He wanted to put, we decided to use black tape instead of painting the bars, the small bars, black. We used black tape. And his father agreed to that. So this is what we did. Let's see if I can find it. Oh, I have the wrong mouse. It's this mouse. I think I'm going to click this right. I did. That's what we did to it. We blacked out the small bars. And we thought that looked so good back then. And now I've done it with, photoshopped it. Whoops. So, what do you think? Does it look better the way Ford did it? Or does it look better the way we did it? Kim's yelling back there, it's AI. No, it's not AI. It was a couple of 11, 12-year-old kids. And now it's just me. Tavo's here, bouncing between streams. And Lester LeSaber's here. Good evening. So, I don't know. That Falcon has the right amount of trim. I agree with that. Where's Bruce? I don't know. He's always right on time, right on the hour, and I expected to see him there. Not there. The way Ford did it, the blackout is out of place on that car. Yeah, I don't know. I really liked it when we did it. And then after I did it just, like a week or so ago on, with the, photoshopping it. And I decided I kind of liked it the way Ford did it. But I don't know. And then Buddy Carfano says, better with the black grill. Mexican spec. I did black out my grill on my 74 Dart, so who might comment? I'm not sure what that would look like. Did you black out the whole thing or just parts of it? I thought about our Valiant. We've been working on that Valiant in the evenings and did a lot last night. But I was up there today looking at the grill and thinking that I might want to black that out and just polish the grill bars so they're not, because they have some depth to them. And but I don't know. Just I was just looking at it while I was up there. Tavo, the compacts became our big cars. Subcompacts were our compacts. That's right. You absolutely. This car, this is big car by today's standards. Well, except people that used to buy big cars now buy pickup trucks and giant SUVs. A lot of them buy these four-door pickups. They're like, 3/4 ton and 1 ton pickups, and they jack them way up in the air and giant tires on them. And when we took the trip to Arizona, those things just dominated the road. Those big pickup trucks. And I'm not sure why, because they can't be getting good fuel economy. Excellent spec. I left the horizontal lines gray. Oh, okay. Oh, and Faith's here. Faith, I got email from Faith. I should start downloading some photos. I usually show Faith's first, and I haven't even downloaded them yet. Kim is getting ready, I think. So while I'm downloading, usually Kim talks while I'm downloading, but Kim's not here, so I'm downloading. Okay, I think I've got Faith's downloaded. I'll see if I can bring those up. Oh, why did it come up there? I want it to come up over here. There's Faith. Backwards. Oops. That one's sideways. Why did that happen? Why did that happen? Okay. And there's kids in there. I shouldn't be showing kids. Sorry about that. Ah, there we go. The cat picture. Bruce Culchin's here. Good evening. I gotta look at these pictures ahead of time so I'm not showing somebody's kids on there. You can show animal kids. Can't show kids. Because not unless I have the permission of the parents. Okay, and C.D. Burlock's here. Good evening. C.D. Burlock says, illegal tires outside the fenders just irk me that the police don't enforce the law. Well, I think that's a California-only thing. Well, I shouldn't say that. That is by the state. In California, that's a big deal. Here it's not. They stick way out, and it's obnoxious. And coming down the road there, I know if you took a tape measure on some of them here in Tennessee, they'd be way over 8.5 feet. So yeah, it's they don't do anything about it. Yeah, in California when I was young, man, you get them out just past the fender this far, and police are all over you. But they don't do that anymore. Yeah, there we go. What's that dog thinking? That dog's thinking, what is that camera? What is that thing? Let's go back to the cat. The cat's being silly. Where is it? Oh, yeah. That looks like you're being silly. You put those glasses on the cat. Oh, that's behind me. Can't even see the dog. Let's see. Yeah, when you live in California your whole life, you just think everything's illegal. Although I don't like those tires sticking way out. They do that here. Tires stick out. Sometimes the whole tire's outside, and the front end's way up in the air, and they got lights all underneath and everything. The lights underneath don't bother me so much until they're white to the rear, and then they're blinding. But if you hit a car that's got like bright green lights underneath, you got no excuse for running into that. Is there a price range for the red '73 Mustang Fastback? You say Sportback. Okay, I'm going to take these away. Back to my Falcon. Hey, Tim's here. Good evening. Mexican Spec says Sport Roof. I would have to look at it, but they're for sale here from between $250,000 to $500,000 and up in pesos, plus travel and transport. Oh, I'm not looking at the email. I should look at the email because Mexican Spec sending stuff, and I bet other people are sending stuff. Ah, here it is. Oh, is this after? All I'm looking at is the thumbnail. I can't really see it well. I'm trying to figure out what happened here. Is that stock or is that after you blacked it out? Oh, and Dougster's here. Good evening, Dougster. Man, I was in your live last night for quite a while. I'm trying to remember what happened. I had to leave. No, I actually was there when you wrapped it up. Yeah, it's one of Mexican Spec's cars right there. It was actually his. He says, I left the horizontal lines gray, blacked out the rest. They come all gray from the factory. Oh, okay. Yeah, I don't know. It looks pretty good right there. It looks a little bolder, I suppose. And that one we did this. I'll just show it because a lot more people come in. I'll just tell a story. When I was a kid, like 11 or 12 years old, a friend of mine, sister had a car exactly like this. And we took tape, put black tape over the grill bars and did that to it. And we thought it looked so good. And now I look at it and go, yeah, I don't know if I like that or not. I kind of like what Ford did originally. I don't know. I like them both. Oh, you said, actually, it's Mrs. Spec. And CD Burlock already has iron beam ad. Oh, that's stock. That's a stock trading ad. Wow, look at your hair.
Thank you.
Wow. Yeah, that looks good.
Dougster, Mexican Specs Limo, Mr. Burlock, Tim.
Yeah, there's
Luis
just popped in.
Hi everyone.
Well, now that Luis is here, I want Luis's opinion on this. It's 1960 Falcon. Friend of mine, when we were kids, we were like 11 or 12 years old, his sister had one of these, and we decided to fix the grill on it, and we decided to do this, except we didn't do it with paint, we did it with black tape, and we thought it looked better like that with the grill blacked out.
Mexican Specs asked if you cut through so air could get through, or you just taped over it solid.
Oh no, you wrap the tape around the little grill bars, so...
Yeah, they did it right.
So, yeah, you don't tape the whole thing over. No, you wrap the little grill bars in tape.
Dead Google Garage is here. All right. Hi everyone, I'm Kim of Kim Fixes Things. Formerly of Kim Fixes Things.
What do you mean formerly? You're still
I haven't done anything on my channel in like 2 years. I'm here with Buff Del Campo, the namesake of the Buff Del Campo channel, which you have found because you are here for our live.
Chris.
We are live from Clarksville, Tennessee. And we're talking about cars. Antique cars a lot. Sometimes just old cars. Other times new cars, but mostly everything automotive adjacent. We're live because it allows us to interact directly with you, hopefully. If you're here live. If you are not here live, welcome. You will enjoy the program more if you can see the chat. Not all platforms allow you to watch the chat replay, but if you click around, see if you can get the chat replay to come up, because it makes it a little more interesting.
But, if you're watching it afterwards.
But as we go, we try and read the names and the comments aloud that we're responding to and interacting with, so that you have some idea, hopefully, of the flow of things. It's a little more interactive that way, and we appreciate the many people who show up. They send us emails. If you want to send an email for us to talk about on the program, send it to buffdelcampo@gmail.com. And we will probably, a lot of nights we get through all of them, but at some point we cut it off, no matter how many you send, Buddy Carvano. But we do appreciate it because it makes the show fun. And yeah, it's all about community and interactive. We are not in our shop. We're in our home studio. So we have the magical green screen that lets us show pictures and open emails easily. As you can see, he's focused, laser focused on getting those emails downloaded.
I'm trying to download something.
That's okay, because we're not in the shop. And our goal is only to interact with you. We're not distracted by our welders or grinders or painting or sanding or any of those things that we do on our late night shop streams. But you can also find us there late at night on Thursdays and Saturdays, most Thursdays and Saturdays, or at least when we can, seasonally dependent, perhaps. We may be having another season of not working in the shop. We'll just see how that goes. Mostly Old Parts is here. Welcome. And Mr. Burlock is here to check facts. And
what is this, Mr. Burlock? Does it look too sporty? Does what look too sporty? Not sure what he's asking about.
Mm-hmm. If all else fails, feign ignorance. I had a judge tell me once that ignorance was not an excuse, not a valid defense.
I got a lot of pictures. Slimo. Where is the one Slimo just sent? Okay. He says.
Dougster says once he's all moved in, he'll do a toolbox tour video. That sounds like a lot of fun, Dougster. We look forward to it.
Slimo's old man with an economical 200-mile-per-hour tethered hydroplane.
Oh, a tethered hydroplane? Is that a boat? Tethered boat?
This is an old picture, I assume.
I would think, yeah. Kick butt.
Slimo says the red car is the same as the Aussie XM or XP Falcon.
No, he asks, is the red car the same?
Oh, is the red car? I don't know.
Luis says today is National SpongeBob Day. Good deal.
That's the XK. The one that on here is like an XK.
XK. We have been working on the Valiant Ute project furiously, frantically, more often than usual. Sanding and a painting and a grinding. It's really moving along fast. If you are a channel member and you get early access perks, I threw up
You threw up?
My working, yes. I vomited my working copy of the current video out there.
Oh, it's
So
already up?
I threw it up. I tossed it up there. I just do it like you do with spaghetti. You throw it at the wall, see if it sticks.
So I need to go in there and make
No, because this is so rough that I'm going to have to upload a fresh one when I put it up for everyone else. So you can just delete it.
well, I want to see. I want to see what you put up. Okay, this.
It's nothing bad. It's rough. There's a lot of arguing. He and I were really having some friction.
Oh, you get to see the arguing.
I mean, there was some creative differences, but there was also some just. He was very focused on things, and stuff in the shop was not his focus, and I was getting irritated with him because he wasn't helping. But he is helping, right? Because he's doing the things that need to be done. It just was other stuff, not my stuff. He wasn't focusing enough on me. And you know how that is. When you don't focus on the lady, she can sometimes get irritated. Thank you, Dead Cougar Garage. I try and look my best. That's why I took a couple extra minutes to get myself put together so I'd look nice for y'all. So, you can't park that here.
So, Tavo sent this. He says this is a Flying Doctor PC-24. That's what kind of airplane that is. Coming into land on a test run. Interesting.
Yeah, who took those pictures?
Well, the one I want to know who took the picture is that one. Who took that? The airplane behind him with a zoom lens? Or is that AI?
Maybe a drone?
But that's, how's a drone going to keep up with that? And the wake turbulence coming off of the drone would go all nuts. I don't know, but it's an interesting picture. And then we'll move on to whatever's next.
Chris Customs asks, what year is our Valiant? It's a 72?
1972.
72.
Okay. Tavo sent in a bunch of pictures of economy cars he's had. I do not know what that is. Can anybody tell me what that is? Maybe I can zoom in and read it. What's that say? I don't know what it says. Who knows what that is? Something Tavo had in Australia. Yeah,
Faith is here. Hi, Faith. Welcome in.
Oh, I already showed a whole bunch of face pictures before you got here.
Before she got here?
No, before you got here.
But before she got here too?
No.
Oh,
Faith
she's
was
just
here.
saying hi because I just showed up.
Because you showed up.
Okay. Maybe another plane was flying behind just in case. I don't know. How did they get such good pictures?
Well, I would think
the
it-
back
I
of
would-
that plane to get pictures of the
I would
front.
think it would be a plane quite a bit behind it because you're going to have some funny air coming off that wake turbulence coming off that jet.
Maybe they have a good zoom lens.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. And a drone would just get blown away. You know, you got two jet engines back there. Yeah, I don't know. Who knows?
Tavo
Or a
says-
drone that was way back there, maybe, you know.
Tavo says it was a Vauxhall.
Oh, that was a Vauxhall. That's a Vauxhall. Wow. Okay. And we all know what that is. The Mini Cooper.
Man, is that little. How many bars of gold can you put in a Mini Cooper?
And then this, I don't know what they called it there, but in the U.S., that was a Dodge Colt, with the exception of the grill. The grill we had was almost the same. It was a different grill, though. But that was a Dodge Colt here. And I don't know what that is. Maybe I should look at his email.
It's got the AMC lines around the back. But it does,
Oh, I see. You got to look at the. Yeah, I got to look at
it
the
looks a little dodgy in the front, and a little.
Chrysler Galant.
Little Vam
or
out back.
Gallant.
And there's a 69 Morris Mini K.
That was this one. That was this one. And this is the one that they called a. I'm trying to look at the file names because then I can figure out what it is. They called it a Chrysler Gallant, but I think it's our Gallant, one or the other. I don't know how they pronounce it, but it was a Dodge Colt here, but it's a Mitsubishi car. Yep, Mexican Spec says still a Mitsubishi. That's right, and Olive's here. And this is one. Just I look at that and I go, that's Mitsubishi, but I don't know which one. I don't think we had that here. Did we have it? It looks so similar to something we had here, but I can't figure out what it is. And down under, that is a
Man, it all starts to turn to mush at some point.
Chrysler Sigma 1977. What turned to mush?
All the different cars, they all just look like blue.
These are, I don't know. I always liked the Mitsubishis from back in the 80s,
I just,
90s.
it's a million different versions of the
Same.
4 wheels, 4 doors, 4 headlights.
Daihatsus, we didn't get many Daihatsus here. They were around, but
That looks like a Toyota, though.
I don't remember any.
Is that not a
dealers.
Toyota?
It says Daihatsu on it.
Oh, but I mean, that looks like a
could be.
Toyota, so they must have,
Daihatsu Charade 1995.
95.
And then this one,
They must have bought Toyota's old stuff and produced it under a different name, because
That's
that
it.
was definitely a Toyota.
mostly Mopar. I had a 77 Dodge Colt for a while in high school. It ran fair with 3 fat guys in it.
Nice. Mostly.
First mini prototype was built, and the big cheese took it out and drove it in the proving grounds. He came tearing up after the drive and practically leaped out of the car, telling them build it.
That's Wolverine Garage.
I know a guy that had a crank grinding business, and he didn't like those crankshafts because the engine oil and the transmission oil was the same oil, and transmission shed, the gears shed, and the crankshaft always looked terrible because they're all got marks in them and everything from the crud that gets in the oil. So he didn't like them, but other than that, they always ran good. I don't know. I guess it just put up with it. And then this is the car from the back, Mitsubishi Mirage.
Olive's here. Welcome in.
And I liked.
What that doesn't look like. What did they call that? What else did this get badged?
I don't know.
as?
We didn't get these. We got the Mirage, but later, much later. This is an '02, I think. I don't think we had them back then because I like the way they integrated the taillights into that surround for the hatch and the back window and everything. I think it looks really good, but we didn't get that. Houses, something's 1985. Most of the old part says the 2.6 Mitsubishi was pretty soft, pretty stout. Yeah, and it's the one with they called it the silent shaft, I think. It had the
Did it have a balance shaft?
yeah, it had a balance shaft.
A lot of the 4 cylinders had to because it's very difficult to balance a 4-cylinder.
When I was in Hawaii, I had a Plymouth Arrow, but I think it had a 1600 in it. I know it didn't have the 2.6, but it was fine. It didn't use a lot of gas, and at the time, car was a year old. Kind of liked it. Olive says, I have seen like one charade in the U.S. I was like, at least if it breaks down, you can say the charade could go no further. Yeah, there's not a lot of Daihatsus in the U.S. I think people must bring them in themselves. I'm not sure. My friend had a Daihatsu Rocky, and that little thing runs actually really sweet. Okay. Okay, let's see what's next. Oh, this is Hippie Long's project. Is Hippie Long here? I haven't seen Hippie Long here tonight. He might be there.
Why did he take the fender off?
I don't know. I think he's just working on it. He's really going after this thing, making it a nice car.
Yeah, it's pretty
So-
clean under there. That's not too bad.
Yeah, he's got a little cleanup to do there.
Not too much.
What was
the
that?
mouse is in there making noise.
What was that?
A mouse.
That was a noisy. That's a big ass mouse.
We are moused. Our house is moused. They keep running around. They run across
Yeah,
the
but
and
I
they
have-
look and they're like, oh no, there's humans here. Where did they come from? And then they freak out.
When we got back from Arizona, there's mouse poo everywhere. Cleaned it all up, and I haven't seen any since then. I set traps, and the only thing I caught in the trap was Kim's toe.
Ow. He did with peanut butter. I don't know why my toe was good. Thought that was good.
So, yeah,
But there's pics of the peanut butter and the toe on the spicy site. No, there's
so this is Hippie Long's car.
okay. Actually, just that one corner of it.
Well, yeah, but it's his project. It's
Oh, there's the other side.
there's the other corner. Yep.
I mean, it looks pretty clean.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, look at the eccentrics that hold the
Yeah.
for the upper
Yeah.
control arm. Like up
He must
north.
have rebuilt
Up
it.
north, those are all you can't even move them, and these look like they're new. Chris, my cereal got moused. Mouse house. Yeah. Yeah. The garage says, "Ouch." Yeah, Kim goes, You just caught my foot in a mouse trap." And I'm like, "You okay?" And she's laughing. She goes, "I'm fine." But I don't know. Real Greg B. Mandel.
I jammed
Get
my
a cat. Yeah, just what we need.
foot
Another
into
animal.
it far enough that the trap didn't like snap all the way. It kind of did the. I was like, ah. Dick said, my brother used to torture me with mouse traps. They hurt. Oh, I'm so sorry.
I was somewhere and they had an event.
Ooh.
They had an event with these model cars that were about, I don't know, they're about this big. A lot bigger than a 125th scale, maybe like twice that size. I don't know how big they were. But what they did was they were powered by a mouse trap, and you had to make the car go the furthest. So you had to make the mouse trap somehow close slowly and
Yeah.
use that power
Power.
to move the car. And I thought that was pretty slick. People wound wires around them and stuff, and
You would,
really
yeah.
slowed them down. It was pretty cool.
Let's see. Greg Mandel says, get a cat.
Yeah.
Then we got to feed the cat. If we're away, who's
If we're
going to
away, that becomes a problem.
Yeah.
And we had a cat, and something got the cat.
Yeah, we did have a cat for a little
We had a
while, and a
cat
cat
for-
would work.
We had a cat
You
for
know
about
what
a
we
year
could
and a
do?
half.
We could just get cat pee, and we could just put cat pee all over the bedding and everything. That'd be
No.
lovely.
Well, you know what? I ordered some things that they're green things, and you put them in the house and put them around, and then the mice are supposed to not like them. They got some kind of window green or something. I don't know what it
Ooh,
was.
wintergreen.
And it's supposed to the mice are supposed to hate it.
Discourage them. We
I got like 24 of them. I think
Oh.
24 of them. So you can put
don't they make little sonic mouse repellers too?
a little sonic mouse? Yeah, then you got to leave it on. I don't know.
Well, when you go away, you could leave them on. Put it up on your bed at least to keep the mice from dancing on your bed.
Oh, it says there are some modern mouse traps that are cleaner and less of a finger or toe hazard. You also could be non-lethal with them if you do. Yeah, there's
You're not allowed to show mouse traps on YouTube anymore.
well, it depends. Sean, what is his name? Sean, the guy that does Mousetrap Monday
Is
or
it
Mousetrap
Wood?
Tuesday. Sean Wood is a big YouTuber. Yeah, over 1 million subscribers, and he does a lot of mouse traps. And he got in trouble with YouTube for like a one he did like 2 years ago, and it was one that the mouse fell in a bucket or in some kind of a thing, and then he took the mouse out and let it go, like way away from the house, and he got in trouble because they said that gave the mouse mental stress.
Stress.
Are you kidding me?
You don't want to mentally stress out your mouse.
So, and he's got hundreds of mousetrap videos, but that's the only one they got him on, and it was over 2 years old. So I don't know what YouTube's doing there.
Somebody did Google Garage. Somebody got a Harbor Freight ad. You get points, 2 points for your advertisement, for enduring the advertising. And they have a lot of good things there. Like I can endorse, check out your local Harbor Freight. They have stuff that you'll probably want. Just be careful, because if you're not careful, you'll have like a cart filled with stuff that you need.
They don't like Irish Spring soap. Is that the soap you use?
It is,
soap,
yeah.
not soap. Soap.
Who's no that? Such thing. Who doesn't like it?
Mice.
Mice don't like Irish Spring? Maybe that's why they didn't bother my bed, but they got in yours, because my bed has a little bit of a Irish Springy smell.
We came home from Arizona, and there's mouse poo all over my bed, and I had just washed some shirts, and I was packing them up, but I didn't pack them all up, so they were all a bunch of T-shirts all laid out flat on my bed, and they pooed and peed all over my shirts. So, yeah, that was not nice.
Yeah. And
so I used
about snakes. If you guys look back, we have a video like 2 years ago where we got rid of all the snakes, and then that's when the mouse problems started.
There
was a big snake in the bathroom.
A big snake in the bathroom.
Like, get this snake out of here.
There's a
why do we have so much wildlife?
Heat register in the bathroom, and he went slithered down through the heat register. So I know how he got up into the bathroom. So it's like, oh, we didn't know how to get him. So Kim's like, we have a snake in our house. Yeah, I know. He's big. He's a big old, what do they call it thing? A black racer. So I went in there one morning. I had bare feet, and I went in there and I said, Kim, just grab him. And everybody gave me a bunch of crap about that because I wanted Kim to grab him, but she never handled snakes. So then I went in there one morning, and the snake's back in there again. So I took a plastic tote, big plastic tote, just tipped it on its side and kind of went like this. The snake went right in there, tipped it up, put the top on it. We put it in the back of the Jeep and drove him, I don't know, about 10, 15 miles away and let him go. So, yeah, we got him out of here. Kiwi finished early, so people are going to come rolling in here. Tavo, did you? Oh, yeah, you saw we were showing you pictures. But I don't know what happened to...
welcome, early Kiwi mover-overs fromers. Wow, now everybody will be paying attention.
Oh, and these... I got back to Faith again. Except she had one in here with a kid, so I didn't want to... I already showed a bunch of... Oh, you're
Tim
back
asks how much therapy for mice costs. It's probably very expensive. You would think.
So.
And then Tim says that those sound mouse scarer awayers are ultrasonic, so you don't hear them. Can you use them to clean your parts? Because then they'd be dual purpose. They would clean parts cleaning and mouse scarer. I mean, we need to get an ultrasonic cleaner for the garage, and then that will keep the mouse out of there too. We're doing our good part for the environment by housing all these mice.
Oh, it says Miss Murphle here at least kind of terrorized rodents for us. Is that the cat? Our cat kept the mice away, but something got the cat. So, man, I like that cat. That cat was, it's just a volunteer that showed up here, and she was very afraid of me, but she liked the food. I put the food down, but she wouldn't eat it till I walked away, and then she ate it. But it got so she was more and more friendly, and I got so I could scratch her. It got so she followed us around the yard and everything, but something got her one morning. So, and I don't know what it was.
Tato wants to know which channel the snake video was on. Boy, I don't know.
Oh, it's on
been a while.
Buck Del Campo channel, but it's like 2 years ago.
2 years.
It might be.
Have I been here that long?
You've been here since 22, and it's 26.
Next, you're going to tell me we've done like 1,000 videos in that time.
We have done over 1,100 videos, I think. And this
Aren't
is
you guys sick of us yet?
Buddy Carafano said this is, imagine that, two of us thinking about a 60 Falcon. Granddad's Junk's here.
Welcome in, Granddad's Junk. I hope you had a good time in Kiwis Live. Was he just he's doing good, right? He's probably busy as all heck. It's getting the cars going season, so everybody probably wants their stuff done now. Nobody wants to be stuck in the shop in the summertime when things are nice. So
Dean Stevens said it's like 5 and a half has arrived. Excellent. Speeding takes time. Okay.
Dean's using words. Dean, you're using words again.
Grandchild Junk, how the heck did you get hair? Look at Kim's hair. Doesn't it look nice tonight?
Slimo says, my house needs work, so it's okay to shoot BB guns at mice while I'm watching. I do not endorse shooting BB guns at mice in your house while you're watching TV.
I was at a friend's house, and he didn't have any animals. Well, he did, but they were small animals. A cat came in. He had the curtains open because he had a barbecue going out there, and he's cooking the meat. We were inside, and a cat came in. And he's a guy that's got guns around. So he grabs a gun, it's got birdshot in it. And he's like, bang, 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 across the living room. And the cat...
Across the living room?
And the cat runs across the couch, and I'm watching the birdshot hitting the couch and the stuffing flying out of his couch. Of course, he misses the cat. And then the cat runs across the back wall, and he's like, bam, 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 like this. And he's got long curtains down.
What's this?
This was in San Luis Obispo, California. It was Carl. And then the cat ran all the way around the room and back out where it came in.
Oh, that kills people.
But you can imagine, yeah, it was like I don't know what it was, 38 maybe, or maybe a 9mm with birdshot in it, just tearing up the house. Oh, Carl, it's just a cat, You just ruined your couch. Well, you can imagine effing cat. Well, Carl's the one that I said he didn't have any pets, but he did. He had a pet lizard. And he'd feed the lizard stuff. Well, there was this little snake in there that wasn't real big. So he goes, I'm going to feed the snake to the lizard. So he put the snake in there. Except the snake ate the lizard. So then he had a pet snake. so he had a pet snake after the pet lizard. Oh,
Dean
God.
says he gave a guy Kiwi's number, and he's been ringing Kiwi like crazy. Kiwi probably hates you. Are you banned now, Dean? You have done the wrong.
What is this Dean saying? He's a kept man. Tim says, you've been able to get your 66.
That's right. It took a couple years to get the 66 running, and now it just sits. I don't use it, but it runs good.
Are you
It
going to
doesn't
say
look
anything?
that great.
You probably shouldn't say anything about your No Name Nationals plan because that'll jinx it.
I'm not worried it'll jinx it. Right now, we discussed it. We're thinking about taking his car.
That would be the Mercury.
Yeah. The Zed sled and my Bronco 2. Because it's licensed and insured. Like, it's a drivable
Licensed,
vehicle.
insured.
It's got good tires on it. The brakes stop it real
it's got
well.
good tires. She's driven it into town a few times.
It starts and runs,
got
although
brakes.
it needs some adjustments and some tuning. But I mean, it's a valid. Most of the lights work and everything. I think it even has turn signals.
It needs some work. The turn signals in the left rear are very dim, and when you step on the brakes,
Well, you don't got to get into the specifics.
one light is very, very dim. So we got to fix that. But that's probably a ground or something.
It's got windshield wipers. Like, I think some people might be curious to see the debauchery that is that engine conversion. I don't know. We'll see, though. It's still a few months away. I really have no. I don't plan to be racing this year. I don't know if he's taking his car down the track, But we'll be there for pictures and then mostly just to see people.
So this,
How old are the tires on the Zephyr? Asks Mexican Spec. They're good.
Oh, Kim bought me new tires. Well, they weren't new; they were used tires, but they were
bought a
almost
set
new.
of used tires, and they're really good. They have good tread and no
Yeah,
cracking or any
and the dates on them are
problems.
Within a couple of years.
They're good.
We drove them the No Name Nationals last year, so they'll be a year older than they were last year.
Oh, they are a year older.
But they're fine.
No, they're good tires. Yes,
so, Buddy Carfano sent these in, and Tavo says it was a 360 there, or maybe in Japan, and they were a 600. They were 600cc engine. I remember when these things came out, Honda car, it's almost like a joke. It was a little tiny car with a motorcycle engine in it. And so that's kind of what we thought of Honda cars. And then they came out with a Civic. They came out with a Civic right about when I went into basic training in 1973. And I remember a friend had bought a Civic. He was in basic training with me. And he bought a Civic. And he was really talking it up. And I hadn't seen one close yet. But man, did Honda came a long ways, man. These are kind of cute. But
I'm surprised Mexican Spec doesn't remember. I got that set of rims and tires for like $300. I was like, I saw them on Marketplace, and I was like, I called a guy up. I was like, I'm coming right now. So I got a good deal.
Oh, Granddad's Junk, I picked up another Poly 318. It had a blower on it.
Wow.
And I didn't get the blower too expensive here.
Oh, he didn't get the blower because it was too expensive. Well, I hope they didn't hurt it. Did they burn the pistons out of it with a blower?
Oh, here we go. Here we go. I like this. I know it's one of Virgil Exner's crazy cars, but I really like those.
Got the Continental kit.
Like there's really a tire in there. You open up, you expect to see a tire plastered up in there. And I like the hubcaps on those little hubcaps with all little dimples. I just thought that looked so good. And the taillights, it's just like, man, I just love those things. Well, and when I must have been 6 years old then, 5 years old when it came out. And a neighbor of ours right next door, it was a young couple, and they bought a new Valiant. She had a new Valiant, a white one like this. And he had a white Ranchero, 60 Ranchero, which is a Falcon. But she took me for a ride in it. I thought that was the coolest car ever, was that 60 Valiant.
Josh is here. Welcome in. Conversation went in the gutter. Uh-oh. Because
of Kiwi's subject was beavers or something.
Oh, I see. Mexican Spec. The tires did come on the wheels, but the tires were not old. That's why I bought the set, because we didn't need more wheels. We needed tires. So I bought the.
She found a set of tires for me that came with wheels, and they're really good looking wheels. They even had the centers on them, and the tires were excellent.
Now, the tread pattern on the rear tires does not match the tread pattern on the back tires. The rears don't match
the
fronts and the rears are different kinds of tires, but who cares? And the rears are a little bit wider, but it looks good on the car. So
Barry Cuda says, I've never liked that model of Valiant. We called that actually, I think it was Tony DeFeo that originally called it the Road Tote in some magazine article he wrote back in the 70s. And so it's been a Road Tote ever since then. And then Don English, which is One-Eyed Cat that's in here a lot of times, he has a 62 Road Tote, and his tires have big white letters on them that say Road Tote. And he takes that thing to No Name Nationals every year. Yeah, he managed to jam a 440 in that. Can you imagine that little car with a 440 in it?
I mean, that car was designed to have a slant six
in it. Yep. So
I mean, the lengthwise, there's plenty of room lengthwise, but 440s.
440 takes up every last bit of space there is.
Yeah, and you've got the The torsion bars, how you get headers or exhaust around that, I have
Barry Coda
no
says
idea.
we didn't get that model of Valiant in New Zealand. You got it. They got it in Australia, but not New Zealand. I didn't know that. Crashes Roadrunner Garage says DoorDash ad.
All right, well, you get 2 points for that. You're getting a lot of advertisements tonight. I'm sorry.
And I'm pulling up all these Buddy Carafano.
YouTube must know you have money. They're trying to convince you to spend it. Get some
Look at
food
that.
delivered.
2-door wagon. It's a 4-door wagon with the door handles pulled off of it. I can see the mark back there. I can see the whole door.
So is that an economy car?
A Chevy 2? Yeah, that's like a 66 or 7. I don't know which year that is. It's either 66
That
or
seems
7.
more like a family car than an economy car.
Well, it was about the size of like a Falcon.
Was there a bigger wagon that year?
Yeah, there was the Impala, or well, they didn't call them Impalas. They called them like Kingswood or something.
Okay, so this was the trimmed down
that was
car.
that's the small car. Yeah, they had this. They had the Chevelle, which is a mid-sized car.
Did they
Chevelle or
have wagon
Malibu.
versions of those?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, that'd have been a lot bigger then.
Yep.
Oh,
This
wow.
was the small car. What is this they're talking about?
I don't know. Could you get that trunk without that god awful fake trim?
No.
No, that was the trunk.
That was it.
That was
It was
the
a, it was
that was the styling of the day.
it was one of
it was?
I just said his name a couple minutes ago.
Exner.
Yeah, Virgil Exner. That was somebody that was back there then writing said that was 100% Virgil Exner. So I assume that means he penned that thing, and it was mostly his work. And I always liked him, but and of course I was biased a little bit because my neighbor had one, and she took me for a ride in it when I was 6 years old. You know, when you're 6 years old and you see a new car, and I remember looking in it, and it had a manual transmission. The shifter came under, and it wrapped around underneath the seat. Well, I didn't understand why it went under the seat. Well, it's because it's, the transmission, it's a small car, so the transmission went back further, and that's where the shifter had to go. But it just like kind of disappeared under the seat. And then she goes, well, get in it. And she took me for a little ride around the neighborhood and brought me back. And it's like, man, I just loved that car. And I've liked them ever since. I don't know what. Oh, what is this? Buddy Carafano sent me a link. The link from, it's like got 4 lines. What is this link? What? Oh, I see what this is. Oh, if I want to show this, but I don't think it's for hippie long. Let's see if I need Kim's help. And Kim ran away.
Yep. What do you got? Too big of a picture. That looks like the clips.
Can you zoom it out a little?
Who sent that?
Buddy Carafano sent it, but it's for hippie long. And that is currently on eBay. And there's I could just send hippie long the
That
link.
looks like the one, yeah. Well, if he just searches that on eBay, he'll find it. If he goes to the Midwest Muscle Car Specialties,
and it says right there, fits 64 Dodge Dart.
This is what I've seen in the past. $20 for 10 clips. That's a lot. That's a lot.
Well,
but you're not going to 3D print your own for less than that. So that's the ticket. It's the way to do it.
Got it.
All right.
Okay, let's
we'll
see.
We'll forward it to him if he needs it. I think you have his email, right?
I'm sure I have both their emails. More from Buddy Carafano. Oh, here's one of my favorites. Everybody's going to throw the hate at this one.
It's a Hugo.
Hugo. That's a Yugo.
It's a Yugo.
Mexican Spec doesn't like the 10 clips for $20. $2 each. Yeah, I know. But you know what? You can get them. And you can't 3D print them or make them for that. And it's like, yeah.
Yeah, and the ones that are on the car are so brittle they're impossible to remove. Because the way go on the car, right? You push them into the hole, and then you push the little clip in so that they won't come back out of the hole. But once you put the trim on, the only way to get the trim back off is kind of break them.
So
They got it.
Tavo says, trivia time. The 61 Valiant released here in January of 62. That's weird.
You're diluting the word favorite, Buff. Did you say this is your favorite?
Wait a minute. I'm in the middle of something else. Okay, trivia time. It's about ready to scroll by. The 61 Valiant released here in January 62, built between January and March. So it's only 3 months. All 1,008 were pre-sold, gone.
In a few days.
Pre-sold in a few days. So, okay, so...
In January.
Okay, so they sold, that body style Valiant sold very quickly in Australia. And Ozan, Ukraine, Turkey is here. Good evening. And, yeah, so this car...
Kevin's here, too. Did you say hello?
No.
Hi,
Hello.
Kevin.
This car, I really disliked these things when they came out. But now, as complicated as cars have become, and as rare as these things are, I wouldn't mind having one. Because it's just dead Cougar Garage. What's worse, Yugo or Lacar? The Lacars. There's a lot of people that disagree with me. There were guys that raced those things, and yeah, Josh Ullman, Yugo, not even close.
Really, they're bad. I've never been in one.
Well, they're all rubbery feeling, and they're kind of crappy little cars. But you know what? You know who brought that in? Who do you think brought that into the country?
Oh,
Somebody will know. Somebody's going to get some points.
That's trivia?
Yeah, but I can't let it go too long because somebody will just go Google it. But
Yeah.
Quickly, who brought this in to the U.S.?
They'll ask Chat GPT.
Yeah, ChatGPT.
Lester LeSabre says, my cousin had a Yugo. I got to drive it while it was still running. It reminded me of a Fiat.
Because it was Mexican spec. He either looked it up, but now they've had time to look it up. Yes, Malcolm Bricklin brought it in.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Why did Bricklin do that?
It was a deal. He got them cheap. He was able to make money. He brought them in. It was a business.
Really? Now,
what else? Okay, what other cars did Malcolm Bricklin bring in?
All right, Mexican Spec got it first. He gets 4 points. Everybody said Malcolm Bricklin gets 4 points. If you type Malcolm Bricklin right now after I said it, you get 4 points.
After you said it?
Right now. If you type it in the comments of the video on the replay, you get 4 points.
Jeez. So what else did Bricklin bring in? Bricklin brought in another little wimpy car that was a piece of crap. Yes. Dean Stevenson got it. The little Subaru 360. That little 2-cylinder, 2-stroke, had exhaust pipe around, big around as my finger. Who's the guy's name? 2-stroke turbo?
Yeah.
2-stroke turbo? I think that's the name of his channel. He's got a few of those things.
Kevin's claiming it's Studebaker now. He's going to comment 1,000 times, Bricklin 1,000 times. It only counts once in the comments, Kevin. He's always trying to game the system.
Who was it on TV said when they were building these things, they heard the Yugo was going to come out with a van. It's back when there were all these vans, you know. The Yugo is going to come out with a van. And then he pauses and goes, that's so when it breaks down, you got more people in there to help push. So there was no. Kevin Smith says Bradley GT. Bradley GT? What's that about? You know what a Bradley GT is?
Not an economy car.
There were 2 different versions of Bradley GT. There was a first gen and second gen. It was a kit car that went on a Volkswagen chassis. And, Braden was arrested on Sunday on the 12th of 2026 for domestic assault.
Allegedly.
That's what the cops call it now. But he's out of jail now. Man. Gotta calm down. Olive says they were in Ford dealers. What was in Ford dealers? Ford dealers.
Yugos? Or the Subarus?
No, Subaru. Both those cars were brought in, and he set up a dealership and everything. Dealership network. Subaru came in first. This was the second car he brought in. Then he did the
Subarus?
Yeah, they called them Subarus when they first came in. The little 360s. They called them Subarus, and then later it became Subaru, and I laughed. I thought they were mispronouncing it. But then he did the Bricklin, the car, the Bricklin, the Canadian car Bricklin, and then he brought these in later. And I think he did some other stuff. Hey, Inspector Bruce is here. Howdy, howdy.
Dead Google Garage asks what the point tally is, who has the most points, and keep score. Well, it's not about keeping score. It's not a person-to-person contest. But if you ask one of those AI things, it can go back, it can watch all the videos, and it can compare the chat history to the videos to see who got points. That's how I do it for redemptions. So I am keeping track. I'm using tools. That's right. But I don't want to do that until I have to because it burns lots of water. You know what I mean?
Kevin
We need
Smith.
water.
Kevin Smith says Bricklin brought in Bradley GT also.
Really?
What? Bradley GT was a kit car that was put on a Volkswagen chassis. I think he just bought the kit. Did he have something to do with that? I don't know.
Allegedly. Allegedly.
I don't know. Okay, then somebody said something. I got to back up because
Tim needs a place to spend the points.
it has scrolled by.
Tim, you can use your points to redeem. You can redeem your points at the track for a concession stand hamburger.
Okay. Slimo says there were Russian cars like the Yugo in Australia with a rear engine. Can somebody look that up and tell me what that is? I don't know what that is. There was only one car I knew, and it wasn't Russian. It was actually Ukrainian, but it was Soviet Union, so it was all one country then. Was the Zappo? What do they call that thing? Zap. I can't even pronounce the thing. It was a little. It was a little rear engine car.
Mexican Spec says, Kim, I don't think even AI would take that job. Of course it would, Mexican Spec.
Samsung TV commercial, Bruce Colchin.
Super intelligent agents love being enslaved by humans. They love it. It's one of their favorite things.
Oh, Tavo says, man, this stuff's going so fast I can't keep up with it. The Nikki was actually a Polish-built Russian version of the Fiat 127, which is what this is a Fiat 127 sort of thing that was built in Yugoslavia. And Todd Saw's here. Subaru is how we say it in New Zealand. Australia. Yeah, Subaru it was called, when Bricklin first brought them in, they called it Subaru. I don't know what that is, I don't know how you pronounce the way you wrote it there. But as soon as they came out with the Star, which is the front drive 4-cylinder, they called it the quadrizontal engine. I remember that. It's a 4-cylinder opposed, liquid cooled engine. Then they called it a Subaru. Yeah, Dean Stevens says Zaporizhzhets. That was that was a Ukrainian car. I wonder if that's the one that they're talking about that was rear engine. Huh. Man, I didn't know. If so, I didn't know any of those were ever exported, but they could have been. Olive says, oh, I know those, Buff. I can't recall the name, but there's a little phantom for them in Ukraine. Yeah, the Zaporizhzhia. That's what Dean Stevenson got it. He ought to get a couple points for that.
For what? What did he get?
I'm trying to keep up with this and see up here, Dean, because I was talking about the Zappo, which is like a Zaporizhzhia. Yeah, and it's got a soft T, so it sounds like it's on the end.
You get 2 points.
I've known some girls named Nikki. Never heard of a car by that name. It's a pizza Dead Cougar Garage, Subaru, Subaru. Positive thing. Or negative?
Sbarro is a pizza. Yeah.
Oh, I see.
You get them at the mall.
Whoop-de-doo for my Subaru. AI says Mercury was not involved with the Bradley GT. I think the Bradley GT was a kit built in the U.S. I think it was somebody making bodies.
Fake news.
Now, AI, I'll tell you, I get so upset with this AI nonsense. People are like, yeah, go read on AI. Yeah, it knows everything. So we're about ready to do the service on the Jeep, the CVT. So I look up to see how much fluid it takes. Well, there's fluid for a whole flush, or there's fluid for just drain and refill. So drain and refill, AI says it's 5 to 6 quarts, and then in parentheses, it says 5.5 to 6.8 liters. It's like, what? Liters are bigger than quarts. So how do you get more liters than quarts and it's the same amount?
Don't question the computers.
AI is wrong again.
They'll have you imprisoned.
AI, 15% right, guaranteed all the time.
Don't be obstinate towards the computers.
I'm missing a lot of chat. Horizontally opposed. Must have been BMW copycat, likely not a Subaru.
Ouch.
Oh, wrench sense. Yeah, the Subaru, all Subarus, except the very first ones, are all horizontally opposed. It's just the new ones are overhead cam, or dual overhead cam. And the original ones were pushrod engines, and I remember when they came out, they called it quadrizontal engine, because it was 4-cylinder and it was horizontal. The quadrizontal engine. And then Slimo says, pronounced Subaru. Yep, that's once they got over the first ones, the little 360s, and they were, that all Fireflies here, ICA CVT. You know what? I hear there's just so many people laying the hate on CVTs, and you know what? I've had nothing but good luck with them. They have outlasted every other transmission I've had. And I don't know what all the hate is. They just work.
Some of it may be because they were different and very, I think, really expensive to have rebuilt because of the limited.
Because people don't know, understand. Yeah, nobody knows how to do it.
And because people who abuse transmissions can rip a CVT transmission up real easy.
Take a CVT, wind it up in neutral, and jam it in the drive, and you'll break it.
Wreck it.
You'll break it.
You cannot abuse your CVT transmission. If you drive like an idiot, you'll break it. And most people, not most people, a lot of people drive like an idiot, so yeah, it probably got a reputation for being weak. That transmission was weak. I only beat on it that one time.
Firefly says, Gemini Amateur works well enough to code. Yeah, I don't know. It's just when I see things like, they're trying to tell me that that quarts are bigger than liters. It's like, don't try to tell me this.
My email automatically summarizes when I get an email, I get an automatic summary at the top, and it was telling me wrong stuff. I had to go and read the email just to see, no, that's not what the email says.
Only Subaru CVTs are okay. I don't know. We've got one in the Jeep. It's got 199,000 miles on it. It works great.
The Nissan CVTs are bad.
We got the same ones. It's a Jatco transmission, and that's what ours is, a Jatco transmission. So I don't know. I just see all the hate thrown at them, and I had one in the what's that Dodge that I had, Caliber, and it started running hot at 108,000 miles, and it had a warranty on it, and they replaced it under warranty. I don't know. Yeah, Nissan CVTs. Isn't a Nissan CVT? Is that a Jatco? I'm not sure. But the one we have is a Jatco, and it's working fine. Granddad Junk says the CVT isn't good for towing. Yeah, maybe if you overload them, I don't know.
That that Jeep that we have, it does not have a tow. It doesn't have any kind of receiver at all on it, and you're not supposed to put one on it. It's not intended for towing whatsoever. Yeah.
Oh, so it's at least one of the major CVT suppliers. I'll tell you another one that just gets to me. And everybody's going to throw hate at it right now as soon as I say it. The Corvette with the crossfire injection.
I've got a rock. I'm
People
going to
just
hit you with it.
hate it. But there's no reason to hate it. It's two throttle bodies.
I hate
Two throttle bodies. So what? It's two throttle bodies. They work so well. I don't understand why people hate it. I know a guy that had one and he tuned the thing and it's running away from everything. And every one of them I've driven has been really good until they get old. Of course, they're really old. And then just like everything, it starts having trouble. And then people hate it because it's a crossfire injection. But no, it's got a couple 100,000 miles on it and something failed. Let's see. Wrench sense could be a BMW, whatever that is, horizontal opposed copy in that tiny Yugo. No, the Yugo doesn't have a horizontally opposed. I wasn't talking about the Yugo. Okay, most likely than a Subaru engine. No, this thing had I think it had a 4-cylinder inline engine. Firefly, I still have to repeatedly beat the same question into the AI to average out a decent answer.
Mexican Spec suggests that you move the visual aid along because we are lingering on the YouTube.
I like the Yugo.
Yugo too long. I know, but Mexican Spec is getting.
He's tired of it.
His stomach is getting sick from that.
Well, just imagine that's a very clean looking car. I think it looks great. Yeah, they had some problems, but you know.
Build quality, I think, was lacking.
And this was not one of my favorite cars, but I guess a lot of people liked it.
Is that an Escort?
It's American Escort.
Oh, okay.
The Escort I really liked was one we didn't get was the Mark 1. I think it was a cool looking car. But we didn't get it. Here in the
Valfly
US.
says the crossfire injection manifold ports are 50% the size of stock. Lots of lost potential there.
Yeah, but they ran just fine. I mean, it's like they were not. People said they're no good. They don't run. All I hear is all the hate, and it's just like, you know what?
You guys are going to get him riled up. If I read Lester's comment, he's going to blow. I'm not reading it.
Okay, the ports were trying, to make it streetable under 3,000 RPM.
Right.
Well, and you know what they were doing then? They had
to maintain port velocity.
Had to get gas mileage. Yeah. But you know what? It worked quite well. Okay, I'm going to close this.
And a black box to do with the electronics. That's right. It run in stock form. If you change anything, it probably doesn't run.
I'm going to black this out.
Worse rather than better if you change anything. Because it's set to work just this way. And there's no way to, or maybe limited way to tune. That looks like snow or hail or ice.
Tavo says it's not. This is in Australia. He says it's
Frost?
Not snow, but it's frozen.
Frost. Little glazing there. Frosting. Frothy.
So I changed pictures, Mexican Spec. Now you get to look at this. You don't get this in Mexico, do you? Kevin says, Mazda has the best gearbox shifter. On a manual or automatic? Let's see. I really like the one on my automatic. My Mazda 6 was just... And it's backwards. You pull towards you to shift up. And you push away from you to downshift. I think Jaguar's like that, and I think there's another exotic car that goes backwards like that. All the other ones you pull towards you to downshift and push away from you to upshift. But I got used to this is on the automatic. I got used to it backwards, and there were two modes on the Mazda. There was like what I called old lady mode, which is where it shifts through first, second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth by the time you're going 10 miles an hour and you had no power. Or you could put it into sport, and then it was so aggressive that it was annoying. And then when you just start to let off, it would downshift. It was way too aggressive. So I always popped it over to I just manually shifted it. I did that for a long time, and I just got used to it. I kind of miss that car, but now I just let my Ford just run. Mostly I let it run in automatic mode. Once in a while I shift it, and the Jeep once in a while I shift it. The CVT, it has 6 positions where they fake out 6 different gears, and there's times we were climbing some pretty steep mountains on the trip, and I just popped it into synthetic, whatever you call it, fourth, and it just kept the RPM about 24, 2500. It was plenty of power, and it didn't sit there doing all its weird changing CVT-ness. I just let it stay there so it doesn't work the transmission so hard. Okay, I have no extreme hate for the crossfire injection, just some advice for augmenting it. Yeah, I had two friends that had crossfire injections, and one of them was just stock. I drove it. It's fine. And then the other guy I knew, I don't know what he did to it, but that thing would fly. I mean, it was a runner. Blue Grit is here. I remember when Yugos first showed up at the new car shows, they harped on how easy they were to work on. They didn't say you had to work on them every other day. Kevin Smith says very seldom shift in automatic. Yeah, I liked it on my Mazda, but it's just because I didn't like where the shift points were. How my VG has email carb, fuel pump, email carb.
I don't know what an email carb is.
Dean Stevens says, Prind 321, pass race, NOS. Drive through. Well, the Mazda was you just pull it towards you to upshift. So you just pull like that. Once I got used to it, it was just natural. Downshift, you push away from you, 6-speed. I just always knew where I was. I didn't even have to think about it after a while. I just shifted it.
Change pictures. That doesn't even look like much.
Oh, God. Everybody's going to whine.
I don't know. Just put up a picture of it.
Okay, I got more pictures. I'm trying to pull up more pictures. What is this thing? Okay, tell me what this is.
It's a Chevette.
But that doesn't look like a Chevette. I mean, it does, but it doesn't.
Weird. And the back bumper's weird too. What is weird? What's up with that Chevette?
Okay.
That's a real Chevette there.
That's a Chevette. Now I don't know how to get back to the other one, but
click the back. Up at the top of your screen on the left, there's an arrow. All the way up there.
That?
Down. That one.
I don't think that'll do it. Oh, it did do it. Okay. Hey, Hippie Long's here. Hippie Long, we already showed all the pictures of your car with the front fenders off and everything. I know what we need to show for, I got to go back to that. For Hippie Long. Where is it? Where is it? Where is it?
Oh, it does have a European plate. Look at those slim line bumpers on there. And on the back. They don't even look right on that car because it's designed to look nice with the bigger bumpers.
Little tiny.
I think that's the
here we go.
Chevette at the top.
Here we go. This is the one for Hippie Long.
Oh, yes. Hippie Long.
This is one that
someone sent us the...
Buddy Carfano sent this in. They're a little pricey, but I mean they're available.
They are pricey, but they're available. And the best way to find them is on eBay at this Midwest Muscle Car Specialties.
So
Those are
they're
your clips.
basically $2 a piece.
They're expensive. They are.
Okay, so you see that. I don't know. Is there a? I don't know if you do the search for that. Midwest Muscle Car Specialties. Maybe able
And
to find
you
it.
notice they have like 84,000 sales. Because if you look, they sell a bunch of stuff like that.
all kinds of stuff like that.
And you can't
Okay.
3D print them for cheaper. That is expensive, but it's what they charge. You know. So
Dead
I don't
Cougar
know.
Garage says Citron.
That I remember when I searched, that's what I ended up finding. And I was like, I'm not spending $20 on those clips, and I've yet to find a better source. So that's probably what it really
Okay,
costs.
now I've got a Mexican Spec has put something here that I need to save a link or something. Let me see what's going to happen. here.
Valfly is fetching a beverage. That sounds like a good
Oh,
idea.
What did he
Todd
say?
Saw put
Please-
out a new video recently.
Okay, Buff. This link from Todd Saw, please save this link to watch it later and comment on it. I already did. I watched it as soon as it came out. I was one of the
Drag
first.
it over to your screen so they could see what
I was one of the first people to watch it. I'm not going to play
No,
it,
don't play it.
but it's a Figaro, which is a small Nissan, and she has a business where the door is pink, and so she painted it pink, and yeah. So anyway,
So if you guys want to support one of the people that's here hanging out with us, Todd Saw, you can check out that video about
there's the
Pink
link.
Figaro.
There's the link.
And there's a link. Did you
Hippie
enjoy
Long
the
says he
video
needs
at all?
like 140 of them. 140?
Wait a minute.
Oh, Granddad's Junk says that's a Vauxhall Chevelle.
Well, I mean, you could contact the company. You could send them an email and ask if they can cut you a deal on a larger order. I don't know. Or you could search around and see if there's somebody else that sells bigger bags of them for cheaper. I don't know, Hippie Long. Yeah, they're expensive. It's
and
like
Tavo says if those are the narrow,
restoration stuff is pricey.
if those are the narrow 8mm clips, we can still get those over the counter at parts stores. The 10mm 3/8 ones are the NLA version, which is no longer available.
I think they have both. I think that supplier has both. So be careful about before you click buy. Make sure you check all the information, because it is complicated, a pain in the butt to figure out exactly what you need.
Oh, here, this is a car I really like. The little Dodge Colt with the twin stick. I really like those.
Wind stick?
Yeah, they had two sticks. I don't remember what they did. Maybe it's like an overdrive or something. I don't remember. I remember they had two sticks.
Really? Would it have a 1, 2, 2, 3?
I don't remember. But I know
Fine.
I like driving.
I don't care.
These things were about the same size as a Honda Civic, and I like these things so much better. Now, there was one of these. I had a friend that had one, and he had an antenna that was on the A-pillar on the driver's side. It came up like this, had a little ball on the end of it.
Yeah.
And the hood opens backwards. So, actually, his wife had the car. So, something wasn't running right. It was almost a new car then. So, he opened up the hood, and he's looking at it, and he bends over, and that stupid ball from the antenna went up
Jabbed him in the eye.
and got in the eye socket between his eyeball.
No.
And he's
Don't
like,
talk
"Good."
about it anymore.
And
Don't talk about it anymore.
he finally got it out. And then
God.
and then it was all swollen up, and it was like,
Well, yeah.
and so she took him to the hospital. He got the emergency room, and somebody in the emergency room goes, "It's a bee sting. It's from a bee sting, and they're getting some shot." And he goes, Listen to me. I know what happened. It's not a bee sting. It's not a bee sting. Listen to me. I know what happened, And they're ready to give him some shot. Oh, what a mess. But anyway, they got to put something in there. Got to calm down. Oh, man. Yeah, be careful with antenna balls. Like, don't get it in your eye. I had a friend that had one of those. It was a small block Chevy, and he put a big, tall air cleaner on it. Remember the ones that had a big element that was really tall? Had a cap that went on it. So it had a big, long stud. Same thing there. He had taken that air cleaner off, and he bent over, while the engine's running, bent over to look into the carburetor, and he stuck that. He didn't get it caught in his eye, but he stuck that stud right in the middle of his eye. And,
yeah, you're making everybody think icky feelings.
Yeah, so anyway, so be careful with stuff like that.
They said it was a 4-speed gearbox with a 2-speed rear end. So
Maybe that's, yeah, or it would have been the front end because they were front drivers. Yeah, it seemed to me it was some kind of an overdrive thing. So, yeah,
Lester says it was an overdrive.
Yeah.
He had one of those Colts.
Yeah, I really like those. I mean, that was so much nicer to drive than the Civic. And the Civic was a pretty nice car,
Mexican Spec says you can't find those Colts anymore, which is a shame. The carburetor was a nightmare. You know what? They were just good little cars. They were useful, and people drove them and drove them and drove them and drove them and drove them until everything was worn out. That's the kinds of cars that people
I remember
wish
these
were still around.
Like that friend of mine with the antenna ball, that car was almost new. It was like a year or two old then. And it's when I had my second radiator shop, and that was in the 80s. Well, like this is a 1980. Of course there's none of them around, They're long gone.
Hippie Long says he got a driver's license in 1980 Colt like that.
Less of the same. Sometimes I would go 8 forward speeds with the Colt. Yeah, it sounds like fun.
.78 to 1 overdrive ratio on all 5 gears. Huh.
Oh, so those little Colts are pretty good little troopers, like Kim described.
Yeah, people just drove them.
Yeah,
the salt ate them.
That one, actually, is his wife had
the
it.
The plastic probably all deteriorated in the sun.
They had one color that was a bright green metallic, and that's what his was. I really liked the car. I liked the color, man. And that was mid-80s.
The other thing that did a lot of these economical, good, like memorably good cars in, right, was that you could get a newer car that you felt like was going to do the same thing but was new for like really reasonable price.
Mm-hmm.
So it didn't seem like I got to keep this forever because the new cars are going to stink. Right? You would just assume that the new cars would be just as good or better, but also new without all the problems.
That's right. You bought a new car; it was always better than the last cars until I don't know when. Yeah, they talk about the Melees era. Yeah, they didn't have any power, and they didn't get good fuel economy, and they worked on it. But when all the electronics came around, they got better. But now it's the point where it's ridiculous.
In the early '80s. A lot of the car, they had carburetors, they had problems, and then fuel injection was better. It was easy. They started easy, they ran good, they got better gas mileage. Every couple years, it was like they're getting 2, 3, 4 miles to the gallon better. You're like, I want a new car. It did seem like new cars were just going to keep getting better and better. It wasn't like, I just want to hold on to this old, worn out thing, right? Like, I got a little bit of money. It's not going to cost me a fortune. I don't gotta take out a second mortgage on my house, I don't gotta sign my life away. I could just go buy a car. It's not that big a deal. I don't know if the marketing was better. Maybe we were dumber, or maybe they just were like making reasonable cars, or maybe I think we were just dumber. We were like, this car's going to junk. You know what I mean?
New cars.
Or you go
to get them fixed. They cost a fortune.
But you never realized that that's what was going to come. You didn't know that's where it was going to go. It seemed like it was just going to be good for forever, you know? And then those old cars, they were kind of worn out. They were not very desirable. And you gave it to your nephew or somebody down the street bought it. But then they beat the snot out of it because it was a worn out piece of junk. And then it went to the scrapper, you know? I don't know.
Can you look up a car for me?
These little
Just
cars
gotta
didn't
remember-
survive on the secondary market either.
I gotta remember. This is
They
Kevin
beat
Smith.
them up and threw them away.
Kevin Smith sent this in.
What do you want me to look for?
I'm trying to remember what they call it. I'll tell you in a minute when I think of it.
Okay.
It's a small car, but it's a car I really like. But it's another one that's just completely disappeared.
Kevin says that's a 55-6 Pontiac model. Kevin builds some pretty impressive models. I don't know if he built this one or if this is one of his friends' models. You got to get somebody with the right camera. I think a lot of times they're trying to get in close.
Look at the chrome on the side of the car, how shiny that is.
Yeah.
I remember doing that and just trying to do it with a brushed silver or just ignoring it. But I don't know how you got that so chrome-like.
You got to get a macro lens. They're expensive.
Yeah, the Dead Cougar says, love the waterfall grills on those things. Yeah, the Pontiacs had waterfall grills for many, many years. And then in 1959, they went to the divided grill, went away from it in 61 on, they had the divided grill, which I liked better than the waterfall. But yeah, that's what Pontiac did. That was kind of their thing for decades, was a waterfall grill. Or waterfall.
Olive
Goods.
says, I knew I did want to put my 7070 Celica in a time tunnel for later. Yeah. I mean, a lot of people did squirrel away cars with low miles and in old barns and things like that. But, not all of them survived. And then the ones that do are now incredibly expensive and out of, they're just not just all around. Mopar Case here. Welcome in.
Kevin says that's BSRE. Maybe that's bare metal foil on the chrome. Now here's something that'll look at the paint is reflecting the letters off that.
Off the cutting
Look
mat.
at how good that.
That's shiny. Very nice.
How good that is.
Very nice. Hippie Long says the Toyota Celica and Supra have disappeared. You know what? I see them every
sent
once in a
this
while.
too.
People want decent money for them, or they're pretty clapped out. And if you start needing parts for them,
What was that? Huh?
what was what?
I missed the.
Hippie Long says that the Toyota Celica and Supra have disappeared. I have seen them recently here in Tennessee, a couple of them, because there's a lot of volatility in the automotive market, and people will sell some old projects that they're not sure if they're going to get around to. But you get one, it probably needs some work with that age, because if it's running great, people they want a ton of money and they don't want to get rid of them. So
Kevin Smith, is that what this is? You're actually on this horse?
Yay how, horsey! Look at my horsey, Ma. It's a snake.
What is this? Well, I know what it is.
A mouse chewed spark plug wire.
Oh, this is from Dead Cougar Garage. You see his cougar in the background. Maybe it's actually dead.
That'll cause a miss. Yeah, spark won't stay in the hose.
You know what you do?
Like that.
While the mouse is chewing it, you start it up.
Oh, that'll give them. They like the tingle. Kevin says, "Wait till y'all see me on my horse, Skippy." Mopar K is keeping Pa healthy. Good job.
Look at this bright yellow toolbox. I like that.
Are you bringing the whole crew to No Name Nationals, Mopar K? Have you sorted it out? Dang mice. That's
What
right.
is this? Expectava. That's how Cal Worthington said it. What? Did I miss something? Cal Worthington. I forgot about Cal Worthington. Go see Cal. Go see Cal. Go see Cal.
Celica.
Oh, Eslica. Eslica.
Eslica?
He
Sleek.
see Cal Worthington. For those of you that weren't in the Southern California area, or actually, I think he was in Anchorage too. Cal Worthington was a car salesman. I mean, a big dealer in the Los Angeles area, and he did his own commercials. And he'd get up there in front of the cars, the used cars, and go one after another, new cars. And he always had an animal with him. He had his dog with him, and then pretty soon he had all kinds of different animals. And he always had an animal with him. And he did his own commercials. And he was kind of a star himself. Although I think people kind of made fun of him, but he was well known. Very well known. Wonder what happened to him. You know, I went to Anchorage, Alaska with the Air Force, and I got up there, and in the barracks we had a TV, and I turned it on, and right there was Cal Worthington Ford, I think. Cal Worthington Ford. He had Ford and Dodge, maybe Plymouth. I don't know. He had all these different dealers. Cal Worthington Ford in Anchorage. It's like, what? Celica. Yeah, I don't know. I don't remember that.
Dead Cougar says it was rubbing on the air cleaner. Oh, well then it probably grounded to the air cleaner really well while it was running too. Good find. Good find. I'll bet you it steadied the idle out real nice to have that fixed. They're all telling us about the different pronunciations of Celica.
We got a lot of pictures of the backside of Dead Cougar Garage. Oh, that's the last one. Okay. Oh, here's. Wow, it already gave us an AI overview on Todd asking Mexican Spec for feedback. What is all this? Oh, I don't know. Okay, so this is just an email that Mexican Spec sent me on that pink Nissan from Todd Saw.
Mopar. I'm not going to read all of Mopar K's comments, but I'm not going to read them all out loud. But Mopar K, we love you. Please don't be self-conscious. Do what you got to do. Take care of things at home, and we're pulling for you. Get her done. Diet pistachios.
What is this?
Hippie Log. Hippie Log is very generous. He sends the people he watches packages of pistachios.
He does do that.
Yeah.
I know. We've been on the receiving end of them. We ate too many pistachios there for a while, and they were really good. Diet pistachios. Okay. So, here we have.
I don't think Mopar K makes the most money of her content creation on YouTube. But we're not gonna talk about that.
Well, isn't she on Facebook or?
Right, Facebook. That's where she's making the money.
I think yes, she is on
Facebook.
I think she is on many.
TikTok? No, I think she stopped TikTok because it was obnoxious.
She's on many. I know that,
but I don't know. Some other platforms, but we're not. We're on YouTube, so we're not gonna talk about any of the other platforms in YouTube. But some of the other platforms have different kinds of content, and some of those different kinds of content bring in the money. So that'd be how it goes.
Lisa's saying AMC Gremlin. I'm not sure what that's about. Or is that this is a Fiesta. This is the Ford Fiesta. This body style Fiesta was first one of these I drove. It wasn't fast like a drag strip, but it was quick. It was nimble. It drove nice. It had plenty of power for what it was.
So that's a Fiesta.
Man, was that a fun car.
It
Yes.
looks a really lot like the Yugo.
Oh, but it's so
The
different.
build quality is way
Oh,
better.
just so different from a Yugo. This
Okay.
thing was,
I mean, size and shape wise, it's
it
very
might actually,
reminiscent
I
of the
think it's a
Yugo.
little smaller than a Yugo maybe, but those were just fun to drive.
I'll be darned. Okay.
Barracuda says pistachios are quite expensive in New Zealand.
Gourmet. Yeah, they're special. We drove past where they grow all the pistachios in Southern California. Big groves of pistachios.
Did we?
Yeah, remember those lines of trees
Oh,
when we were on the highway? Those are all
Mexican Spec says,
pistachios.
ha ha ha, on build quality. You know, I never had problems with these. I worked on them, a few of them, and I think I did.
I didn't say they were good build quality. Just they weren't Yugos.
I'm trying to remember what I did to these things. I probably balanced the tires or something, balance the wheels, or maybe I did a brake job on them. I don't know, but I remember having them when I was working in the wheel alignment shop, and I remember driving them around and how much fun they were. Um, so, yeah, Festiva is completely different. Okay, let's see what else I got here. I don't know why people. That's another one I didn't realize people
I
didn't
think
like
Crash Roadrunner's leaving. Good night.
it. Crash
Good night,
Roadrunner's
Rick.
leaving.
I don't know, or he might have been saying goodnight to someone else. It's hard to keep up.
I know I'm not keeping up with it because I'm trying to keep up with this stuff over here. What is this? Oh, this is horrible. Pontiac Le Mans. What kind of Le Mans is that? 1990. I never seen that. Or if I did, I forgot about it. Where'd that come from?
What is it? A lot Le Mans? Yeah, I remember that thing.
Do you?
Yeah.
Oh, Le Mans
Shape.
here is a mid-sized car.
Well, no, this was an 80s car. In name only.
It says 1990.
90?
No, I don't remember
Yeah.
this at all.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, that was kind of a thing.
Oh, it says I'd see him drive by when I was collecting grocery carts as a kid. You know what? Firefly's got it. Didn't they used to dye pistachios at one time? They were pink. They were like a bright, glowing pink. I'd buy bags of pistachios. What happened to that? What was the deal with that? They were always like that. And you eat them and pretty soon your mouth's all pink and your hands are pink. I remember that really well.
Mexican Spec says that's a Daewoo. Didn't they make the Lanos and stuff like that?
Oh, that's what that is. That's a Daewoo, and they put the Le Mans name on it.
Yeah, probably.
I don't remember the Le
The
Mans name being on it.
Daewoos, they had a lot of problems and they didn't fix them. Probably if they'd have done better customer service, they probably could have got. I think they just shipped them over here and you were on your own. There was a lot of them in the secondary market.
Daewoo made some. They made a lot of stuff. They made weapons. They made a rifle, a really good rifle. It was kind of like it was chambered the same as a M16, as an AR-15, but it operated more like an AK. It was pretty nice gun. But the cars, don't know much about them. Speaking of Daewoos with American badges, those Le Mans were that. Okay, so possible that's what those were. C.D. Burlock. I worked from 1980 to 1986 processing pistachios. Have a patent. You have a patent?
Interesting.
Auto salvage. They're not good for kidneys. Really?
Pistachios are bad for your kidneys?
I don't know.
Yeah, I mean,
Dean Steen.
I could kind of
Same stud pattern as Mustang 2, Fox's Pinto, Capri. You could fit low profile 1355 J Mustang mags on Fiestas.
That's
Well, yeah,
silly.
but they'd be sticking way out, wouldn't they?
Yeah, that'd be silly as all heck.
Yeah, man, I liked driving those Fiestas around when they were fairly new.
Kevin says they called the Grand Am the Grandma by switching around the letters. Perfect.
I remember before diesel cars were popular, nobody had diesel cars. Diesels,
Sunbird. Ugh.
diesels were something that was in a big truck. There was somebody running around where I lived, and he had an Edsel, and he changed it so it said diesel. Of course, it was spelled wrong, but everybody thought that was hilarious because no cars had diesels at the time. Hyundai, original Hyundai brought into the U.S.
Mr. Burlock says that the pink pistachios had stains on the shell, so we dyed them to hide the yellow blotches. That explains the red dye. Yeah.
Anybody here from England? I was in England it's been a while. It was in '09. But you go in a grocery store, and the salmon, you go where all the fish is, and it's in a case and ice, kind of like it is in the U.S., and the salmon is kind of a salmon color. It's kind of orange. But all the other fish is bright yellow. It's like they dyed it yellow. Does anybody know what's going on with that? Do they do that anywhere else? The fish was all yellow. I'd never seen that before. And they were good cars and looked good too. The 87 Sunbird SE Coupe. Auto salvage. The Iron Duke ones. I liked Iron Dukes. I know a lot of people didn't like those either. Because they weren't fast, I guess. And you did have to put
Grand Am is kind of a big... Oh, no. He's talking about the earlier Grand Ams. Before they did the big long nose thing. I'll look it up. Because that was...
Oh, the one with the beak? The one with the soft beak?
Yeah.
Geo Metros are pretty nice too, although I didn't really like the convertibles like this. These didn't get about 60 miles a gallon.
This one here, it's going to take me a second to get this to come up, but WebRide, Grandin.
Oh, this is like up in the shop. Okay, now I see how that works.
Yeah.
Those Grand Ams are through 91. 92, the good Grand Ams came out.
Yeah, but these ones had the Iron Dukes in them.
No. Oh, they might have. Yeah, the sideways Iron Dukes, the one with the small. See, there were two Iron Dukes. They were basically the same engine. But one of them had a little bell housing on it that was for the front drivers, and the other one had a bell housing bolt pattern, same as a small block Chevy. And that was the ones with the rear drivers. And the ones that were the front drivers, the water outlet was on the other end because the coolant flowed across, unlike the rear drivers where the coolant went up and through the head and back out the front, like every rear drive engine. So same engine, but different, some differences.
See, these would have been good cars, but with Iron Duke in this car would have been kind of slow. It wasn't anything to write home. Yeah, in 92 they changed yeah. See, they know. In 92, I'll just throw in 93, so...
What is this thing? Taos is speaking of switching letters around.
They changed it so it had the long nose.
So it said Lager.
And then they put the...
Regal, they changed it so it said Lager. Anyway, go ahead.
Yeah, see, in 93, they changed it to this thing.
92.
And these things were... Ugh.
You didn't like these?
Yeah.
I love these cars. I had a 92 and I had a 93.
I never went and bought a new one of these. I always got a used one, and it always had a bad water pump. But it wasn't the water pump. It was a head gasket. Always.
Because you got the what was that 4-cylinder called? That terrible 4-cylinder.
It was terrible. They made jokes about what it was.
But mine both had 3.3 liter V6s in them, which is, if you look at it, looks just like a 3.8 Buick. Well, but it's a 3.3 liter Buick. Those things were great. Yeah, Vialfly said 95 Geo Metro. Unless I got 60 miles a gallon.
Yep, we're going to that.
I knew
Give
people.
me a second while I get there.
I know a guy that had, remember
That's a whole nother thing. Yeah.
Remember the Chevy? What was the predecessor to the Geo Metro? It was a Chevy. Chevy, can't remember the name of that thing. Oh man, but it was a Geo Metro underneath. Had the 3-cylinder. I knew a guy that he had a little wagon. He got 66 miles a gallon with that thing driving down the highway.
That had a 1 liter 3-cylinder engine with no
Hmm.
assist, no electric assist. So it was just, you know, for a single person just commuting, especially if you didn't have to get on a highway with it, there should be more
Right.
vehicles like
Mexican
this.
spec got it as a Sprint, Chevy Sprint.
Was it? Okay.
Yeah, look it up, Chevy Sprint wagon.
Okay. I will. All right, fine, I will. That,
Metro was the Sprint. The Metro was the Sprint,
the
not the other way around.
Geostorm, yeah, they had this. I
Oh,
think the Geostorm was about the same.
The Storm was an Isuzu.
It was a bigger motor, wasn't it?
Is
Chevy
they calling
Sprint?
that the Nova was the weird Nova was a Toyota. That is what is that one right there? The red one right there?
There's several red ones.
Okay, the red wagon, I should say.
Oh, okay. That had the 1 liter
Yeah.
Geo Metro engine in it?
Yeah, but that looks different than what I remember. But it was very similar to
You
that.
know what? I had a friend who had one of the.
Yeah, the
I
front
knew
end,
a
I
guy
remember.
who had one of these with a turbo on it. It screamed. It
Well,
really screamed. I don't know if it went anywhere, but it screamed at doing it.
I know a guy that pulled a little lightweight trailer that had airplane parts on it, so it didn't weigh much of anything. He was getting 66 miles a gallon on the highway with it, driving back and forth between Phoenix, Arizona, and Central California.
Now, don't get into an accident, because like any one of these micro, mini, little bitty things is dangerous, really dangerous.
And then, if you want to look up,
Can you imagine hitting a full size Chevy truck with one of these? It
No.
would just
it already scrolled
be
by,
like hitting
but
a freight train.
Olive, I think it was Olive brought it up.
Okay, I'll go.
It was no, just look it up because I know what I want to look for.
The Nova?
Oh no, she brought up the Nova. The Nova was a Toyota that was built at the Inumi plant up in San Jose, which is now where I think that's where what all the electric cars are now. Okay, can you make this? Oh yeah, it's a Quad 4 was the one we had all the problems with. The Quad 4s ran great until they didn't.
You get
And
2
then-
points for saying quad 4. Thank you.
And then that was they were a problem. Well, I had an Olds Achieva with a Quad 4 in it and a 5-speed manual. That thing was great, but I just never had any problems with it. It was a low mile car and it was good. But the Grand Ams I had there were higher mileage cars with the Quad 4. I'd just tear my hair out with those things. Well, and the water pump was driven by one of the timing chains, so you had to take the pan off and get up underneath, and taking the water pump off was major engine surgery. It sucked.
But the problem is it wasn't the water pump, it was the head gasket. And the pressure would blow out the water pump seal. So you do all that work to replace the water pump, and then it would.
Oh, I had water.
It would
pumps.
either still leak or leak somewhere else, and you'd realize that the engine was junk after you had just done this major maintenance on it.
See, Auto Salvage is right. The Nova was Toyota made. It was actually, what was that thing called? That factory in San Jose had been the Chevy GMC truck plant. Then it became something like a Numi or something, and it was a conglomeration of Toyota and General Motors, and that's where they made that. They made one of the Toyotas there and the Nova, like the late 80s Novas. And then I think that's where Tesla is now, is in that building. You just had to keep the quad from leaking and chain rattling. Water pumps work. Yeah, the water pump was a pain in the ass because you had to go in from the backside. I remember that. And then there was no room in there, so you had to loosen the engine mounts up and move the engine. Just pain in the ass.
Yeah. And a lot
the
of
worst water pump at
mechanics.
that time period. All of them are like this. Oh yeah, some of them are. Yeah, they do a lot of bad stuff like that. Oh yeah, Mexican Spec Nose, Numi, Nuumi.
A
Josh
lot of
Hellman said the same thing.
a lot of the old mechanics in the early 90s, they were still accustomed to doing work on the older rear wheel drive vehicles. They didn't like the front wheel drive vehicles at all. So when you turn the engine this way and then have a timing belt and it's up against the the inner fender well, they didn't like that. So, we started water pumps fail and stuff like that. They miserable. They wanted to go back to the 70s when all the cars were rear wheel drive, and if you needed a water pump, it was right there and take it off. It was so many. Why did they have to change it? This is when it all started. Okay, go ahead.
Yeah, some front drive water pumps are okay. Like the 3.1 and the 2.8 and the 3.1.
But it was almost like they were trying to make it
V6s,
worse.
they weren't too bad.
It was like they were
Pretty
trying
easy.
to make it worse.
But the quad 4 was horrible.
It was when people started realizing, like, we should have kept our old car.
But the quad 4, I think there was one quad 4 is 190 horsepower, which doesn't sound like much, but it's a little 4-cylinder engine. The thing really went good. Firefly, I lost count how many quad 4 water pumps I did. Man, I hope you had it up in the air, not crawling underneath it. I at least had a good lift then. What is this? What are you doing?
Nothing to worry about.
You were looking something up.
Mexican Spec asked me to look something up, so
Oh.
I am.
And this is a Rambler American. It was not a bad looking little Rambler. Excuse me, not a bad looking. See, Dean Stevenson, Neil Armstrong did the advertising for the Apollo. Are you kidding me?
Oh.
Okay, what are you looking up here?
Well, I just want to look at this AMC Rambler American for a moment.
Oh yeah, I think those look pretty good.
Would you rather have this
Oh, this is a would you rather?
or this?
Well, see, I like the dashboard on these, but you can get one that looks like that in Mexico, but they have the Chevy dashboard because it's a Chevrolet, but it has that kind of nose on it. Kevin's been stinking boner bill. Auto salvage, like Ford and Escape after 2013, stupid design. I really like the early Escapes, the boxy squared off one. I'm just the right size. I open the door and I sit on it. It's just perfect. And then they did that one, I guess it was 2013, and I got one of those as a rental one time, and I hated it. I just hated it. Oh, it says, I almost bought one of those for my first car, that Rambler 440. Which one? Okay. The one I like, see that blue one right there? That one. See, that's the one I was going to buy. Remember I said I found one for $1,100.
Yeah, you wanted to buy it.
And I sat on it too long, and then the day I went to get it, it was gone. So then, that's when the Jeep, actually, that's my lucky day, I didn't know it. The Jeep had been for sale for $3,500 forever. And when this sold, I went to look for another one, and that Jeep was $1,000. And I go, then I got interested in the Jeep, although I didn't really like those things because it's Chrysler and they were front drivers and they weren't highly thought of. And I thought, man, for $1,000, and I went and looked at it and I bought it. That's the Jeep we've been running all over the country in. That's never thought that would happen. What a lucky day that was to get that Jeep, and it had.
We put some work into it.
Yeah, but if you were gonna pay somebody to do all that work, it'd be terrible. But because we do it ourselves, we haven't got that much money on it, and it's a really nice car, And
yeah, when it's running, it's good.
Kevin Smith says, keep getting dating app ads at my age.
Well, get in the game, Kevin.
Do you click on it? Once you click on them, they're going to think you're interested.
Get in the game. Hot Asian chicks are looking for you.
Hot Asian chicks.
They are.
And Firefly, the Sunbird had 2.0 liter engine and a 1.8 liter Brazil engine options. Didn't they also have a 2.2? I think there was a 2.2 that I've replaced several of those too. I remember replacing engines. I had a partner that bought, you go to an auction and he always seemed to buy some piece of junk, something with engine problems. And I remember him buying used engines, and I put used engines in, not just in the Sunbird, but what's a little Chevy Cavaliers. And I think there was also a 2.2. One time the Sunbird had a supercharged 2.0. I don't know about that. I'm glad I didn't work on that. Some Jeeps are good cars. Yeah, well, the Jeep Patriot is not, no, you know what it is. Underneath, it's a Dodge Caliber that's also got full-time, four-wheel drive. And it's just not thought of as a very good car. And like if you watch what's his name, the Car Wizard, that's the top of his list. Never buy one of these. And I'm thinking, man, I've been pretty happy with mine. It's got 199,000 miles on it. It just runs. Firefly 2.2 liter was a later option. Okay, yeah, I remember putting 2.2 liters, several of them.
Kevin says the 1.8 in my 84 Cavalier always had cracked exhaust manifolds. Don't you wish for the days when a cracked exhaust manifold was your biggest complaint? Can you imagine being back in the days where it's like, oh, I have a cracked exhaust manifold. Oh no, whatever shall I do?
Buddy Carphonesis. Full-size cars next week. Bring on the land yacht.
We did land yachts a while back.
We
could
did
do
that.
it again. We could do it again.
You know what I'd like
That's
to do?
good diecast.
No, let's do this.
What's that?
Let's do mid-size cars, which, like in the 60s and 70s, a mid-size car was like a Chevelle and a Fairlane and all those. What were the mid-size Buicks?
Mid-size. It's so mid.
Right.
Do you guys want to do mid-size cars, or should we just jump straight past mid to land yacht?
I don't know. Land yachts are like.
Mr. Burlock says my friends had a Patriot, and the CVT cost $3,000 to replace. They do cost a lot. $3,000.
They got off easy.
Yeah,
because
they're probably $3,500 or $4,000.
My
if you could find somebody who even wants to touch it.
The CVT in my Dodge Caliber, it had 108,000 miles. I started running hot, and I took it to the dealer, and she quoted me $4,100 to put it in. She goes, "Wait a minute, you got a warranty on this." That was a dealer, though. She goes, "You got a warranty on this, and it's $100. What do they call it? You have to pay a little copay or whatever." And so I paid the $100, and they put another CVT in it. And as far as the CVT in ours, we're going to service it.
We're going to put some fresh fluid in it, change out the filter.
Kevin Smith, not welding exhaust manifold, believe me. You know what?
And baby the crap out of it.
I heat those things up, get them good and hot, and then grind out where I'm going to, and I flow some bronze in it, and then I cool them off slowly, and I've had pretty good luck with welding cast exhaust manifolds.
Well, that's not welding. That's brazing.
That's brazing, yeah.
Yeah, you really can't weld an exhaust. Cast iron doesn't weld. No.
Hey, what is this? Dean Stevenson, search Simca 1307, a Chevy Citation based on a Plymouth Horizon. Those don't fit together.
Wait, where is that?
1002, Dean Stevenson, a Simca 1307.
Okay, I'll search it. I will, in fact, search it. Go on.
I'm trying to think of the car I wanted you to look up earlier, but yeah, Mark Sauvé's got the deductible Is that what it is? Yeah, it was $100 deductible on a warranty.
There it is. Chrysler Alpine. That does look
Simca
like
1307 is behind my head. Oh, that's a YouTube thing. Yeah, huh. I don't know much of anything about the newer Simcas. Don't know anything about them.
This is X11.
Well, I mean, it kind of looks like it, but Simca's not General Motors.
Oh, good night, Oz Salvage.
Headed to bed, just at it. Dose morphine fixing knocked me out. Wow.
That's
Okay.
strong stuff.
That's strong stuff, yeah.
I hope you're feeling better soon. They wouldn't be giving you morphine unless something was really messed up.
Kevin Smith says, once the manifold is warped, it's game over. Oh, it depends on the manifold, I suppose. We've had pretty good luck with running brazing on exhaust manifolds.
Yeah, but if you have to repair them, a repair is different than changing them. If it starts to crack and warp, yeah, it's bad. It's difficult at best. A lot of times, people though, they try and fix them like on the car without doing real good prep, and it never works.
Breaks out in plaid rash from viewing the citations.
Plaid rash, yeah.
The auto salvage. I'm in hospital now. Just had lunch surgery. You're in the hospital.
Our
right
prayers
now.
are with you.
That's why. Okay, so that's why he had strong pain med.
Ooh, yeah, you're going to be out if they're giving you morphine. Oh, come back soon, please? I hope so. Is someone looking
Hope you're
out for
okay.
you?
Yeah, hopefully you're there with somebody.
Oh man, how did we miss it? I'm sorry that we are not.
We didn't even know about this.
Yeah. Yeah, and some good food. Kevin says he spent a whole day welding a manifold. It only lasted one day.
They don't let you sleep in hospital. I was in the hospital in, was it 07? I had pancreatitis. And I was in ICU for 5 days. And I am just sick of being in there. And I'm in this, I got IVs in both arms, and I got a thing in my nose going down on my stomach. It just all can't move, just miserable. Part of the misery is I got a clamp with some kind of thing on one of my fingers. And I've had enough of all this. I'm just like, too much stuff attached to me. So I reach over and I take that thing off. It's the only thing I can relieve some of the nonsense is I take that thing off my finger. And there's a nurse in the other room right next to, she's monitoring everybody in ICU. And I had that thing off for seconds. And she's right in there and she goes, put that back on your finger. The other nurses called her Sergeant Nurse because she was she meant business, So I had to put that stupid thing back on me. Oh, man. Auto salvage. It's a lot of pain. I'm ready to go home and get something to eat.
I hope you can very soon.
When I was in ICU, the doctor came in and she says to me, well, they had one of the IVs undone. And they brought in a narrow kind of recliner chair. And they said, if you want, you can sit in that during the day. Man, I was out of that bed so fast. I needed help, though, because I was connected to too much stuff. So I sat in that recliner. It felt so good to get out of that bed. And I slept in the recliner that night off and on because they don't let you sleep much. And then
Kevin says they wake you up to give you a sleeping pill. Go ahead, keep going.
So the doctor comes in the morning and she says, well, I'm about ready to get you out of ICU and move you up to a regular room. And I went, oh. I said, I was hoping to get out of here and go home. And she goes, what makes you think you can go home? And I said, well, tomorrow's my birthday and I want to get out of here before I get any older. And she laughed, And then she says, if you can go to the bathroom, like number 2, she goes, I'll let you go home. Well, I made sure that happened. And she let me go home. But man, I stood up and I unhooked everything, pulled the thing out of my nose. I was ready to go. Man, I felt good. And then I started to walk and it was like, oh, I can't even walk. So then they put me in a wheelchair and took me out to the car. And so I was really weak. But, man. Hey, Braden, how you doing?
Oh, now all the terrible stories of hospital stays come in.
Hospital stays and then where Braden stayed. Braden, your friends in here ratting on you, telling us where you've been.
Mo Parquet said she had to get sober just so she doesn't have to go back to ICU because it was so miserable. Well, if you get in there for the wrong reasons, they won't be nice.
Kitsy Fluff just came in, but
Tavo says 5 days in the hospital in 2023. The lights never went out and checks done every 3 hours. Granddad's Junk says when he crashed his motorcycles, the buggers wake me up every hour to make sure you're still breathing properly.
You know what? I remember being in ICU. I remember sleeping, but I didn't sleep. There was always something going on. Man, I had, when I was there, my heart, I have an irregular heartbeat sometimes. And I know it's been there my whole life. And so did my father, same thing. So I'm laying there and our heart goes, like some weird, I can feel it. Man, that nurse was in there and she's like just close to my face. She goes, where's the pain? Where's the pain? Tell me where the pain. I said, there isn't any pain. And she goes, tell me where the pain is. You know what? She's like really upset. I think she's afraid she's going to lose a patient. And I'm like, no, this happens sometimes, And
Auto Salvage says there's a lot of pain when he tries to breathe. Don't make him laugh.
Oh, okay.
Barry Kuda says the morphine worked in the hospital. I wasn't trying to say nothing bad about morphine. Morphine is very strong medicine, and when you need it, especially like surgical or accident pain, when you need morphine, you need morphine. But when somebody says they're on morphine, it's like, uh-oh, something really bad going on, or else they wouldn't be giving you morphine. They'll give you Tylenol for, they give you Tylenol for wisdom teeth, and that's a pretty awful, uncomfortable. I know it's not the worst pain, but it's pretty bad. And they don't give you morphine for that. So, I mean, if they're giving you morphine, you're broke up. So, I'm concerned immediately when I hear something like that. So, but if you need it, I mean, take the meds, you know what I mean? For the moment, get through the moment. I'm pulling for you. I want to see you be getting better. I don't want to see anybody in the shape where they need morphine.
Carfon didn't know what was worse, the food or the bill when I was in the hospital for 2 weeks.
The bill. Oh, buddy, why'd you have to bring up the bill? Auto Salvage says it's not fun. I need some Mary Jane. See, that it doesn't really help the pain. You just don't care as much, which might be good. He says he's ready to sleep in the hall. They must really have him hooked up to a lot of machines.
Biofly says, I forgot. Had one tiny kidney stone, 3 millimeters. I had so many kidney stones back in late 90s, early 2000s. It's just one after another after another. One of them, it was with me for weeks. It would get painful. And you know what it is. The kidney stone gets stuck in the ureter, which is going between your kidneys and your bladder. And that ureter is just meant to have a little dribble go through it. Well, when the kidney stone's in there, it dilates. It turns into like a water balloon. That's what causes the pain. And man, I get all this pain, and then the kidney stone move a little, and all that liquid would go down in the bladder, and I'd have to pee, and I'd be okay for a few hours, and then it would start again. This went on for weeks. And finally, I passed that kidney stone. I was so glad to get rid of that thing. But by then, I'd had so many of them, I knew what it was. Kitsy Fluff, I'm cursed with resistance to a lot of anesthetics, so I got my wisdom teeth removed. Yeah, well, when I had my wisdom teeth taken out, it was just shots. There was no They didn't put people out for that.
Well, we found a topic. Everybody's talking out. Wendy, I saw Wendy was here. She said she spent
Oh, Wendy's here.
9 days twice and 5 days twice in 2018. Whoa. That's a lot of hospital time. Nobody wants to be in the hospital like that at all.
Well, I'm really lucky. This last thing, this cancer thing in my ear. How's that look, Kim?
Don't pull at it.
No, I'm just touching it. It just feels good to touch it.
It's okay.
Know that I still have an ear.
It's
See, if everybody can see that, there's a little dark spot there.
no signs of infection. There's a big swoop where they scooped out everything, and there's a scab but it's healing excellent.
They did it all with a local anesthetic and
no stitches or anything like that. No infection. Yep. You're doing really good. Just don't touch it.
Braden says, "What's worse, kidney stones or shingles? I have to get my shingles shot. I gotta get that.
I heard.
I keep forgetting about it.
I think kidney stones are maybe more intense, and shingles are.
Here's the thing with kidney stone.
Don't go away.
It's a pretty bad pain, but what makes it bad?
Acute.
What makes it bad is it lasts for so long, and you think you can move. Oh, if I move this way, it'll get better. It doesn't get better. Oh, if I move this way. Oh, if I bend over. Oh, if I get on my knees. Oh, if I stand up. Oh, if I bend over on the bed like this. And everything you do, you go, oh, that's going to fix it. Doesn't fix it. It just goes on and on and on. Man.
Auto Salvage tells us he gets a pass from here on out. If whatever he says, he can't be held accountable for because he doesn't know where it goes. Wendy says they put me on morphine. I was like, hell no, get that needle out of me. I will take Tylenol. Some people are very afraid of that stuff, and for the long term, I think that nobody wants to be on that for any amount of time. If you need it, you got it.
I was on morphine when I had the pancreatitis. I was in a lot of pain, and they gave it to me, and it's like, oh God, it just relaxed me. The pain was still there, but it's like, I don't know, maybe it was better, or I didn't care. And then that night, they gave me more, and it's like, you know what? I can see why people like this, and I don't want any more of it. So I just refused it after that, because I could see how I could get an addiction. Oh, Mike N says I'm going through this right now, Buff. Kidney stones. Oh, man. Ugh. I went through so many kidney stones for like several years, and then just never again. And then I had one, since you've been here, I had one, and it wasn't that bad. But, man, let's just say where I had wisdom teeth with Novocaine. Yeah, they used with me lidocaine. Yep, that was with. They did it when I was in the Air Force. I was really glad I had it done then.
I woke up while they put me to sleep to do they were all impacted, and they had to saw them out and pull them out. I woke up while they were. I swear the guy had his foot on my chest and was pulling me apart. I was like, oh, and they were like, oh, they're awake, give them more. And then I was back out again.
I just dentist or oral surgeon, whatever he's called, in the Air Force. And the guy was a lieutenant colonel. And he's working on my teeth. And he's going, he's saying things to me. He goes, oh, you're going to hear a grinding sound like you're in the dentist. You really are in the dentist, He's talking to me like this the whole time he's doing this, joking with me. And I was like, I am not enjoying this. But they got it done.
Oh, Mike says this is the 4th or 5th time with stones. I'm sorry, Mike. Yep. Some people are partial to it. Sometimes it's dietary. Kevin's had to try fentanyl patches, but they don't work. Morphine. Kevin, take care.
I had my wisdom teeth out in the Air Force, and they said, take it easy. This was back in the days when CB radios were a big deal. Everybody had CB radios. There was a woman in town, is an older woman, and she was on a CB, and a lot of the guys that were GIs knew her. And so she told me, she goes, I'll come pick you up at the barracks, take you over to my house, and she goes, I'll give you some soup or something like that to eat. And she goes, you can just hang out there for a day. Okay. So we leave the base. I remember she had a 65 Ford. So this was in the 70s. So it was not an old car. So we're going along, and it's 4-lane road, 2 lanes this way, 2 lanes this way, and a lot of bushes in between. Big old center divider. We're going this way. Man, a car, it seems to me it's like a Plymouth Satellite or Dodge Coronet or something, came through that center divider, came through backwards, went up on its tail, spun around, and came down. I don't think it ever hit the top, but I remember seeing that thing straight up and spin around and slam down. So, man, she pulled over because we were going the other way, and it came through from the opposite lanes. I got out of the car. I went over there. Some people they were hurt, and probably a couple 100 yards was an intersection. And the only thing out there was a bar on the other corner of the intersection. So I ran up there, ran through the center divider, ran up to the bar, went in there. And of course, no cell phones then. And I said, there's a crash out here. We need an ambulance and police car and all that kind of stuff. Then I start walking back, and I'm like, wait a minute. That dentist told me to take it easy and sit around and relax and don't do anything strenuous. And I just ran like an eighth of a mile as fast as I could. And my mouth was going boom, 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 boom. And of course it started bleeding. I ended up back in the dentist because it pulled one of the stitches out because I was an idiot. Man. Slimo bust the kidney stones up with the ultrasonic machine. That is
use
one
the
of the things.
ultrasonic mouse thing. It will repel mouse and break up your kidney stones.
That was one of the things they do. It depends. Depends on the doctor, depends on the situation, depends on what's going on. The pain rage quotient. Kevin, imagine having a toothache in your back every day. Yeah, the kidney stones are pretty bad.
Granddad's junk has a prescription for it, the doc said, and wrote, I can grow my own. Yeah, if you want to see Granddad's junk, he's got his greenhouse, and he makes his own medicine. And you know what? Life is like that. It hasn't always been this way, where the doctors and the pharmaceutical companies control all the medicine. And, responsible adults have to have some... Anyways, I don't know.
Braden
I probably
says,
shouldn't talk about
Braden says, what Pontiac are you guys getting if you could get one? Pontiac was my favorite GM car. It's gone. And he says, who agrees that Pontiac needs to come back? I'd be happy if Pontiac came back and the rest of GM left. I like Pontiacs. Man, I like Pontiacs.
Wendy says, I don't do high meds. I had relatives who had problems with pills. We all know people who have had addiction problems and chemical dependency problems, but we also know people who have illnesses. So there is concerns there. You know what I mean? Like, I don't want people to suffer and or be sick or be in unmanageable pain.
What's this
you
kid?
know? So
For instance, that sucks, Kevin. I have probably nerve pain in legs and feet every day, hard to walk. Me too. Yep,
but
some days are worse than others.
I take my medicine as prescribed and with my doctor's knowledge and understanding, because I'm afraid you don't want to go off the rails and then start taking more and more and more medicine just to get by or be a mess. And life is tough. Nobody wants to be sick or in pain. And so it's difficult to manage that kind of thing. But that's not what our stream is about. We're automotive adjacent. But it's good that people are sharing, like, we've all faced struggles. We're not alone with them.
There was a car I wanted you to look up earlier, and I'm trying to remember what it was.
We're going back to cars? Let's do that.
It was something I want, and it was a
5 fused vertebrae sounds pretty rough. Yeah, I've got 3 fused in my neck and 2 in my lower back. And the ones in my lower back were really bad, but they actually give me less pain than the ones in my... Oh, I am... You know what? I'm probably going to have to change the dates, but I'm supposed to get cortisone injections in my spine, my upper cervical spine. That'd be such a relief.
Okay.
But I think that's like 5.5 weeks away. We'll just see. We'll see what happens.
Okay.
But yeah, it hurts. It hurts a lot. But
Day
that's
English. And
life.
when I got discharged, they offered them to me. I said, no, my sister said, can I get, man, it's scrolling by. Can I
I
get
can sell them for you. Yeah, no, you don't want to get into. That's a slippery slope. You don't want to sell prescription pharmaceuticals to people. No,
They should
I do not recommend.
remake the 65 GTO. One of the, I liked all the GTOs, but the last one was pretty good. It was a Holden Monaro. Really liked it. And that's over 20 years ago now. That seems like a new car to me, but it's over 20 years old.
Valfly said food poisoning is pretty. Well, maybe if you weren't eating rotten meat, Valfly, you wouldn't be getting food poisoning. Spreading disease. Disgusting fly.
Last food poisoning I had was I know when it was. I was headed off across the country in the Olds Achieva with the quad 4 with a 5-speed. My mother had passed away. She was in California. I was in Ohio. Tried to work out flights, and it just wasn't working out. I said, you know what? I can drive there faster, and off I went. I was going across Nebraska. It was nighttime. Out in front of me, I can see lightning going. I'm thinking, okay, there's a big old thunderstorm coming toward me, and the wipers on this car were just in shreds. So I better, I'm hungry, and I better stop. So I stopped someplace, bought a set of wiper blades. There was a McDonald's there. They were closing up. And I walked in, and I said, I want to get 2 cheeseburgers to go. That's all I want. And there were like 2 employees, and there was a manager, and the manager's going, come on, hurry up with this cheeseburger. Hurry up. We want to get closed up. Hurry up. Hurry up. They got me the 2 cheeseburgers, got in the car, off I went. So I'm driving down the road, 11 o'clock at night, midnight, something like that. And I'm reaching around trying to get a cheeseburger out of the bag. And I get it out, and of course I'm driving, and I'm trying to open it. It's dark. And I bite into the cheeseburger. It's cold. I just bought it. So I turn on the light, and I look at it to see if the meat's cooked. Looks like it's cooked. So, okay. They cooked it. They let it cool off. Then I went in there and bought it, and it just was cold. So I ate it, grabbed the second one, ate that. Well, by 3 o'clock in the morning, I was stopping in every rest stop. I was so sick, and I don't know what was going on there, but it was bad. And I was sick for 1,000 miles driving. And that was the last food poisoning I had. Now, food poisoning like from vegetables isn't that bad. You just kind of get the runs. But from meat, oh man, I don't ever want it from meat again.
Oh, food poisoning from meat is much worse than something you get from vegetables. Although there is that thing, if you guys didn't notice, there's
Well, there's something going on.
there's something going around.
What was it?
I don't know. It's in the lettuce and some of the other fresh vegetables.
And here I am eating lettuce. Oh, you know what? When we got up, remember, we got back from Arizona, and remember I said I felt really sick. I felt like I was gonna puke, and then I drank some of this stuff, and I felt a little better. Remember that? I wonder if I had that.
Maybe.
I felt really bad there for a day or so. Okay, the only pain meds I take is 800 milligrams ibuprofen. That over-the-counter crap don't work for me. Well, 800 milligram ibuprofen, that's over-the-counter. Well,
no, they don't prescribe it that strong. Or
no,
they have
you
to
got to
prescribe it for it to be that
You got to
strong.
take several of them to make it 800, but you can get it. You just have to make it 800 yourself with 200s. It's back. I'm not going to read it, but you take a chance and eat a place that doesn't use daily fresh ingredients. How do they cram all that tuna in one aisle? What's that about? But actually, there's a super great pizza joint in, I don't know where that is, Tahlequah, Oklahoma, called Sam and Ellis. Fresh vegetables from their garden and back. Really?
Oh wow.
Oh, yeah. Kevin says, yeah, there's lettuce recalls currently. There's Seminoles. Huh.
Yes, unknown type of. Uh, yeah.
You know,
Cyclosporine.
when
Bad news, thousands of people are affected. Yeah, I saw the map of what states it's in. It's like everywhere that they've shipped it to. It could be the temperature. It could have been the water, the irrigation water. It could have been something that happened in the processing, the packaging. By the time they figure it out, I mean, it's already too.
Kevin Smith says Motrin is best for toothaches. Motrin is a brand name of ibuprofen, and I think it's an 800. Maybe they have smaller ones now, but Motrin was the original 800 that was prescription. But a Garofano, I take 22 pills a day. Not fun, man. How many do I take? I take 5 in the morning and 3 in the afternoon. That's 8. I think that's all I'm taking right now.
Okay.
I was taking more because of the Lyme disease.
Betty Garofano says he takes 22 pills a day. Not fun. It's not. It sucks managing that kind of thing. I'm sorry, buddy. Mopar cases, naproxen can be addicting, at least to. Honestly, anything that relieves pain can become habit forming because nobody really wants to be in pain. But sometimes the brain will tell you that you need more relief, and that becomes addiction.
Olive says if you get fresh lettuce, wash carefully, and you're probably okay. Okay, so whatever it is comes off.
Yeah. Well, yeah, but most people don't wash that thoroughly, and lettuce is tough because, like, it's got lots of. It's not easy to wash thoroughly. So yeah, or you could maybe rinse and dunk it in like salt water or something like that. I don't know. We'll have to be extra careful with whatever we get. I don't know. That we might not even be able to get it. They might have just pulled all the fresh lettuce. We'll have to eat frozen lettuce. What's going around causes explosive diarrhea? That explosive? Is it explosive?
Oh,
no, not good.
Tala says I'm off any prescribed medication, only a couple of vitamin supplements daily now. Well, good.
That's good.
Are you feeling better? Is everything better? Wow.
Caused by Taco Bell food. Google, you will see. There's some bad stuff that can happen in food. It was always crazy to me, right? It's like food can be so, it directly affects so many people's health and well-being, but they insist that the people who prepare the food are the lowest lowest wage people who make your food, right? And do you think that goes back to the supply chain, right? Like those people are responsible for like, oh, this food is being mishandled, we can't use it. Or how do I properly handle this shrimp to make sure it doesn't get spoiled and kill these people? That like the people processing our food deserve good wages and they need proper training and education.
Firefly says multi-purpose food processing machines are spreading bacteria everywhere.
Bag salads, oh great! They're chopping the lettuce up, and then you get a little bit of bacteria in there, and then it sits in a truck, and maybe the refrigeration on the truck's mediocre, and then it sits in a grocery store, and then
bagged lettuce and bagged vegetables, they put an inert gas in there, so there's no oxygen in there.
Not all of them.
Oh, but that's
in some of the bagged produce, yeah.
When I was in, I always suspected that because you have a bag of lettuce that lasts for quite a while, and you open it up, and man, it goes bad quickly. And when I was in Yuma, not this last time, when I was down there were people staying in the same hotel, and we would eat together. And these guys I got talking to because we were all military kind of guys, and they were something else. And I asked what they did, and of course there's big time lettuce farming down there, and they were working on machines that bagged lettuce. And I asked him, I said, "Is there an inert gas that goes?" And he laughed. He goes, "Well, of course. Yeah, it might have been nitrogen. It probably was nitrogen." And
Kevin says he used nitrogen. Yeah.
yeah, and I asked him, and he just laughed. He goes, "Well, of course." And I said, "I've always suspected that." And he goes, "That's what we do. That's the machines we work on." Yeah, of course. So I go, oh, "Okay." So I don't know if that. I know stuff doesn't grow well in there, but I don't know if it kills anything. But
Valfly says he uses his ozone generator. Mexican spec says $17 per hour is great wage.
17 to 15.
It's not great wages, Mexican spec. It might be fine wages for like a kid, but there has to be, adults making a living wage, who can, be responsible and make sure the food is being handled properly. To oversee
Stray Billets is $20
operations.
an hour in California.
Okay, in California, but in
If you live in,
Kansas, they ain't getting paid that. And in
if you live in
Nashville,
California, you need every bit of 20
in
bucks an hour to
Tennessee,
live.
they're not getting $15. I mean, it varies greatly. And I'm not, some people do get paid good and other people get paid really badly. And for a long time, it was the trend that food workers are bottom of the food chain, which is a bad idea. You have to have educated.
You see, vegetables are dangerous. Everybody should stop eating them.
That's
Now,
right.
see, that's mostly what I eat. Although we ate some meat this week. What did I buy? Something I splurged. Oh, I bought tuna steaks
Yeah.
because they were a
They
deal.
were pretty good.
And they were good, but
But you can't eat that every meal.
and Firefly says never buys iceberg lettuce. I buy it a lot because it's got a lot of water and it doesn't have any food value, or if it does, it's not much. But I like it wet, and I
It's
like
good
all
for
that,
his insides.
and it fills me up, and it doesn't. I don't gain weight. Granddad Junk, what is minimum wage here? Last I saw, $23.50 per hour.
I think the federal
course, that's
minimum
different
wage
dollars.
is still
That's different
$7 and
That's different
is it
dollars.
still $7.25 an hour?
I don't have any
Some
idea.
cities and some states have it varies.
Yeah, the states
pretty
are all
widely.
different. The federal one is states that don't have rules. The most states do have something. Man, I wish I could think of the name of that car.
Mr. Burlock says ground meat from swans is irradiated to kill pathogens like salmonella. Oh, wonderful. Radiation. Lovely. That's why they say don't drink the water in Mexico. Well, yeah, the pipes are not cool enough to keep the chlorination up to standard. So then the pathogens can exist in the water, perhaps. I don't know. Bottled
Why goes
beverages.
roughage. Yeah, works real well. It's cabbage and what is that lettuce? Iceberg lettuce. Mexican spec says, as I said, an adult with children should not be working an entry-level job.
See, but
Yeah.
food service is not all entry level.
No, it depends on what level
You
you're at.
need educated and knowledgeable people managing the whole. It can't all be entry level because it won't be safe.
Well, there's like McDonald's.
They'll serve
then there's
people
like-
poison food.
There's like McDonald's, and then there's like a chef. There's two completely different things, and there's probably a lot in between.
There needs to be educated people who get paid real money to understand the difference between good food and food that will kill people.
What is this?
Not all entry level, just because it's McDonald's.
What is this? Kevin Smith says I was making $32.50 an hour when I had to
Retire.
Oh, is that what that is? In
Yeah.
2001.
I miss my job.
I missed my job.
I don't blame you, Kevin. He misses his job too.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't miss working on the flight line.
Valve fly, I'm not freaked out by radiation. I was sort of teasing. I know how it works. Go ahead, on the flight line.
Yeah, alpha particles aren't going to hurt you unless you eat something that's an alpha emitter. Very cool. My first job paid $108 a week. My first job paid $1 a day, but it's not all day. It was a paper route, and I do my paper route, and I got $1 a day, and I was 13 years old. Then I started working of course, then I was painting bicycles, and I was buying a lot of stuff at the bike shops, or at a bike shop, and then that guy offered me a job, and he was paying me, I'd work about an hour, hour and a half, 2 hours a day, and I was making between $1.50, $2 in the afternoon. But that was in 1967, 1968. For a 13-year-old kid, that was good money. Better than mowing lawns. Mowing lawns was 50 cents a lawn back then, which is probably about 10 times that now. So it'd be like $5 for mowing a lawn. And then making $1 to $1.50, it'd be like making 10 or 15 bucks for an hour's worth of work. I don't know.
Kevin says, put a Band-Aid on a pumpkin, then you have a pumpkin patch. There you go. I'm skipping ahead. I'm not reading Tavo because it's political.
Hippie long.
Skin
People die of
cancers.
skin cancer. Hey,
Yeah,
I got through this one.
Eating meat that was previously irradiated is not the same as getting irradiated. So yeah, I don't think it's different. Alpha particles don't hurt unless they hit you in the eye. I have no idea.
Don't want to be eating them. Do not. That's stray bullet. That's like prison wages, Buff. Oh, well, that was. Ooh, thunder.
Thunder. I hear.
That
thunder.
was like.
Bring the thunder.
That was late 1960s. So it's like the value is like 10 times that now. So $1 would be like $10. So yeah, the guy he'd give me $1 for putting together a Stingray bicycle. You know, you take it out of the box and you got to put the handlebars and grips and put one wheel on it and set the chain tension and all this kind of stuff. And he gave me $1 for a Stingray, you know, a single speed Stingray. And then like a 10-speed, I get $2.50. But a 10-speed, I had to put all the stuff on the handlebar, you know, wind that stuff on the handlebars and set up the derailleur and make sure everything worked, all that. It took me a lot longer time. So, but 250, that's like $22.50 today, or $250. It'd be like $25 today, about. So, you know, that gives you an idea what I was making back then. But I was 13 years old, you know.
Moparquet says River is actually a welder, but don't get me started on that one. Is he working right now, Moparquet? Welders can make really good money if you get in the union and you get some time in there, and then you can get. But it is hard work. And if you want to make the money, you have to go chase it, because the good money welding, they don't bring to you. Hell, some of the best paid welding is underwater, welding divers and stuff like that. But if you learn to weld and you get real specialized, you can make really good money for really hard work. I don't know. It's tough. It's tough.
Tavo, my first job in 1979 was in spare parts sales. My last job last year was in spare parts sales. In between, I've been all over the place.
Should have been a parts guy. Kevin says, was a paper boy when I was a kid too. It was fine. I had a paper route, and I mowed lawns, and I, what else did I do? Then I started working at the Long John Silver's. And
Kevin says, welding sucks in hot weather. Man, I remember welding tubing together, aircraft tubing, long time ago, before we were using TIG. We were using torches, you know, an oxyacetylene rig, and it was over 100 degrees where I was working all summer. And man, yeah, I'd weld all day long with oxyacetylene in a building that was over 100 degrees. Yeah, it was. I still enjoyed it.
Mopar says he works with Pa, which is like 1 week out of the month. Well, I hope he's helping with the kids if he only works 1 week out of the month. I don't know. It's not for me to get involved in your family politics. I should shut my friggin' mouth. I overstepped last night and was complaining about the burgers at the track. I think John Wilburn's probably pissed.
What? I couldn't believe you said anything like that. I was like about ready to say I got interrupted or something.
I got to apologize.
Because I was like, you know what? I like those burgers. The only thing I didn't like was last year, the condiments out there, they didn't have my favorite.
Well,
there was no mayonnaise. But every year before that there was. So they probably ran out of little mayonnaise
I should have shut my mouth.
Because those burgers were good. And I didn't know, I couldn't believe you complained about them. I was in
a crummy mood and I was irritated.
I know you were saying all kinds of crazy stuff.
I really appreciate the track. They're great. The people at the concession stand
You know where you
great.
said that? You said it in Dougster's Live.
I'm sorry.
Biofly, the worst part about welding, you can't have a fan blowing. No. You cannot do that. No. Not only that, I was welding a lot with chromoly, and you've got to be careful with heating and cooling cycles and blowing cold air. Well, chromoly, if you TIG it, then you've got to normalize it with a torch, and you bring it up to a temperature and let it cool at 70 degrees, let's say about room temperature, 65, 70 degrees, with no air blowing on it. So yeah, you gotta pay attention to that. What's this? Kevin Smith, Barracuda, a Raleigh bike. Mine was taxi cab yellow, 27-inch bike, Sheldon Brown edition. Raleigh. I remember Raleigh bikes. Olive says I should at least do some flux core stuff. Kim has one of those. Man, I hear the thunder going out there. Got to use flux core if welding in wind. Yeah, or stick.
It still doesn't work very good.
It still blows the stuff all over the place.
Well, no, you can't like run a fan and you just use flux core. It doesn't work very good. You can't have a fan on it while you're using it. I don't know.
Yes, it's my phone ruined itself. It's hard for me to find things now.
Granddad's Junk has it exactly. Is about what works for your family, and it's really no one's business. Yeah.
Oh, it's just little stuff.
It's just little pockets.
It's little pockets.
Oh yeah, that's not okay. That's huge, really good.
No,
the last thing we need is more rain.
We don't need any more rain. Yeah, it's like out in California. They need water out that way, and in Colorado, we got so much water we don't know what to do with it. Altavo says jobs, motorcycle parts, press shop at Holden. Oh, that kind of press, like pressing out sheet metal, that kind of thing. Asphalt work with Highways Department, built buses, general deliveries, gas bottle deliveries, car part sales, truck part sales, tractor part sales. Man. Yeah, with me it was paper out, bicycles, then what, cars, then in the Air Force, big airplanes, jet engines. Got out of there, cars again, then back to airplanes, and my whole life was airplanes. And then logistics, which has currently got me some work.
All of such as weird liking for racetrack burgers. They're objectively awful, but there must be some good memory about things like that. That he was hungry. He's got diabetes, and he was hungry. And I was like, I'm going to get something from it. And a burger hits a spot. And they're there all day. It's not an easy job working in the snack bar at the racetrack. And it's seasonal work. I mean, it's not a great thing to do, but they're there for us, and they're putting out, inexpensive snack
I love
food.
those burgers at Sykeston. Those are so good.
What do we expect? They're not going to put a gourmet restaurant at the track. If they bring a food truck out there, it's going to be more expensive, right? So, like, they're there and they're providing something, and for me to mouth off about it was kind of shitty, and it really sucks, and I'm sorry. I figured it out on my own. Like, what the hell am I doing here complaining about the person who showed up for us at the track to make us some burgers? They got other things they'd like to do, but they're here doing it. And so I'm sorry. I'm going to see what I can do to make it. I'm going to apologize to John Wilburn. I'm going to see what I can do to make it up. You know, if I don't like it, well, you know, there's ways to address things that I don't like without being a mouthy cunt. So I'm sorry. I was.
Chrissy, hang on. Chrissy Taylor, where is it? I saw it now. It's scrolled.
I see Mexican Specs on something.
Oh,
Go
did
back?
you have it
Okay,
moved?
I'll go back. Till we find it.
Chrissy, it went too far. Chrissy Taylor says,
Okay.
No, not that one.
Further back?
No, further the other way, I think.
Okay.
I don't know. I didn't know you had scrolled and stopped
so
it.
sorry.
Where is it?
Something about a little black pool ball. It's a
No,
shifter ball.
no. Go this.
After this?
I'm not sure. I don't know where you were, Chrissy Taylor. So, oh boy, man, no. What the heck?
They're talking a lot.
I know, but I was going to respond to something, and then all of a sudden, you just, maybe go back further. Chrissy Taylor, oh, there it is. I had a 67 Schwinn Stingray with a 3-speed stick shift that I restored when I was a teenager. Had the big slick back tire. The thing was back then when I was doing this, 1967, 68, 69. That's when I was doing the Schwinns.
Oh man, he's in the Wayback Machine, guys.
They came with a slick or a knobby. And the knobby, I used to switch off. Sometimes I'd have a knobby on my bicycle. Sometimes I'd have the slick. And yeah, they had a slick. It was pretty cool. And that's when I was putting bicycles together. And they were new then. Man. I remember the Schwinn Stingray when it went from $43 for a new one to like $48, and we thought that was terrible. $48 for a brand new bicycle. A Schwinn even. Kim could buy everyone a no-name burger.
I said I would, yeah. I said I would, Tim. I'm gonna do something like that. It's gonna cost a couple bucks.
Oh yeah, Chrissy says the comment is way back there. Yep,
I'm not kidding,
but I
Tim.
found it.
People who go to no name. I'm gonna work it out with John Wilburn, and at the gate they'll give out some kind of meal gift ticket or something like that on me, because I was a mouthy person of bad.
Firefly. I recommend neck fans when getting under dashes. I talked to a doctor one time, and I was joking, and he looked at me like I was crazy. I think he thought I was serious. I said I wanted to put an eyeball on the end of this finger, and then if you could, put a light on the end of the other finger. Then I'm working on a dash. I could just go up there and look around and see what I'm doing, because getting your head up under the dash and trying to work with your two hands is just too difficult. But if you had an eye on the end of your finger, it'd be really easy. And I think he thought I was serious. Pea shooters are worth big bucks now. You know what a pea shooter is? They had a thing called an orange crate and a pea shooter and a lemon peeler. All these Schwinn bicycles, and they had front suspension, like a Springer front suspension with a 16-inch wheel and a drum brake on the front, which would flip you over if you weren't careful, because that was quite a brake, and a stick shift, and it was quite a little bicycle. 20-inch wheel on the back, 16 on the front.
Stray Bullet says I have to make the hamburgers, Kim. Maybe I will. I can't promise that. I'll have to talk to John Wilburn.
Mexican Spec says, and now we have phones that can do that. But no, but you got to take the picture. You got to look right. We just dropped. I think we connected back up.
Back. You guys are going to see a glitch.
So if there's a glitch, sorry about that.
Hopefully nobody dropped that. That was pretty fast.
Actually, we've been on here almost 3 hours.
I know.
Okay, so next week, How about next week? Tentatively, let's say mid-size cars. I don't know. What do you want to do?
You really want to do mid-size cars? Let's do that.
The audio is not synced. Yeah, something happened.
Lovely.
Yeah, something.
I think it's a sign that we just probably be done.
We went off the air and back on. Something glitched.
Lightning
Oh,
strike.
you know what it is? There's lightning out there.
Yeah.
Hippie long.
We can make it bikes.
No, we're not.
Is that automotive
that.
adjacent?
We're not gonna do that. Oh, Biofly, it says it's synced for him. Yeah, Chrissy says, yeah, yours must have the Springer front fork. Man, remember those things? White one is the Ghost, I believe. I don't remember a white one. Buddy Carfon says mid-size works. Okay, that's like Chevelles, Fairlanes, Torinos, you know, like the old mid-size cars. What else? Chryslers. Oh, Chryslers. B-bodies.
Todd Saw wants trucks. We'll do trucks the week after. Remind me.
Yeah, we've done pickups before, so. Okay. Are we good? We've set this picture up here for a long time.
Tabu has suggestions. Okay, guys, remind me of your other suggestions, but we're doing mid-size next
Buff
week.
has had bad experience with bikes.
Some, yes. But he's also got lots of good stories with
No,
bikes.
I had one bad crash, but other than that, because, you know, when you're 15 and you're being stupid, you crash a bicycle occasionally. I broke both arms and dislocated my jaw. It was a pretty bad crash. That was the night before Thanksgiving in 1969, and I ended up in the hospital. Man.
There's lots of good ideas. They've got plans for us. They want us to come back and keep talking about things. Thank you, guys. That's great encouragement. We have got a lot of stuff going on. I just put up a video. It's members only, but it won't be members only for long. I have to edit it better for, you know, general consumption. So if you are a member, you get some special. And if you are not a member, it's coming. I'm going to go work on it now, unless we're going out to the shop. I don't know which we're doing.
Not going
We'll
to
be
shop.
out in the shop Thursday. Will we be out in the shop Thursday?
See, I got up early and I went and did a bunch of stuff, and I worked up in the shop today, and I'm done.
Yeah, no, yeah, he was up earlier than me. But we've got to change the oil. We might do that tomorrow, not
We're going to do it
Thursday.
tomorrow. It's not supposed to rain all day tomorrow. We got rain right now. We cannot take that car out in the rain. We have to take it out tomorrow when it's sunny and bring the Jeep in and service it, and then swap it back around.
What is members only? That's for people who pay us money.
There's a membership.
They just get early access. It's just a little bit early.
It's like a little thing you get.
Yeah.
And you notice sometimes there's people up here that have their name in green. They are members.
We don't give members.
Inspector Bruce, and there's a few others.
We don't. It's like a special perk. It's not like something we're keeping from everyone else. You'll get it. It's coming, but members get first.
And Mexican Spec has members as well. See,
Yeah.
YouTube kind of pushes you to do this, and I finally decided that they really mean business. They want you to do it.
Yeah.
So we did it. And then Mexican Spec,
Yeah, members. Mexican Spec has members only.
he has membership stuff, and it's like, man, there's things I'm missing here.
No one else ever gets.
I joined.
Exclusive.
I'm paying for a membership on Mexican
See, and
Specs.
we're not even that fancy. We just give members first. It's maybe a day. Give me a day to finish editing, and he'll make a thumbnail, and then everybody will get to see it. And it's interesting stuff. It's working on the tailgate and working on the Valiant. It's all about the Valiant.
And it's
car.
just some clips. It's not even organized well. So okay.
It's kind of organized. It's not that bad. Anyways, it's coming. More's coming. And there's
That's what I
another
say.
video
Members
after
only
that.
would discourage viewers, and that's what I thought. But what we do is we'll put something up and have members only. And then within a few hours, usually I go up there and I put a thumbnail and I open it up to everybody. Like Inspector Bruce, I thought members only was a jacket.
Has a brand name. Yeah.
See, now Inspector Bruce is a member and he shows up in green and a little star and stuff. Yeah. So
thank you to our members for their generous donations. It helps keep the lights on. It's a little extra to keep us going, give us some encouragement. We really appreciate it. They deserve to have a little bit of kickback from us. Sometimes the editing process takes a little bit of time. And what I do is I just throw the prototype out there.
What color is a member who is a moderator? I have no idea.
I don't know. Blue and green make teal.
Let's see. Chrissy Taylor says, that's cool, y'all. I was a mechanic for close to 16 years. I've done a lot of mechanical work. I live in California and I'm broke. Yeah, you make way more money in California, but you spend way more money in California.
It's okay. If you're not able to be a donating member, you still get everything. Except for the colored name.
You don't.
And we'll give you the video as soon as it's ready for mainstream consumption.
Yeah.
It's coming. We appreciate everybody here. You're all sharing time with us, offering your comments, sending in pictures. It's a community. We're not trying to milk you all for your money. Just some people are able to help out a little more, and we really appreciate that. Yeah. Tavo needs to turn gray again. No, Tavo. You're blue for forever. You're blue. We'll have a blue moderator.
Yeah, Mexicans members only content. And that's why I joined, became a member of Mexican Spec, because he took his wife out to eat. And I'd heard so much about that video. It's like, man, I got to see this. So and it was worth it. Yes, but I'm still a member.
I mean, I only give Mexican Spec money because he's been really good to us, and I want to help his channel. Because, see, when people get memberships, YouTube knows that somebody really likes their channel. YouTube recognizes that it's really good.
Look at this.
Tim's giving me money for his burger. Well, thank you, Tim.
Are you gonna do the dance?
Yeah. Tim paying for his burger. Everybody eat the snack bar burger.
Oh yeah, I'm supposed to put the drone up here. You get the drone.
Has the snackiest snack
you can't even see that with that background. See, that's a drone.
Eat the snack bar burger.
I did not Mexican Spec. Maybe I'll go do that.
Snack bar burger. Eat your snack bar burgers now. They're so good. Kim's paying for them, so you can't complain. At the No Name Nationals in Sykeston. Okay, I made a song and a dance. How you liking that? What are you doing? Unmoderating? What are you doing?
I'm trying to. Well, Tavo said he's had enough of it.
Okay.
And I don't know how to make him. I don't know how to make him gray.
Okay.
And we made Dean Stevenson a moderator, so we don't. I did that because he was. We had none in here one night, and I needed a moderator. So. Oh, there you go. There. That's it. Okay, so Tavo, you're gray again. Now, if you want your blue back, we could give it to you. I thought we were done like 20 minutes ago. So, yeah. Good night, everybody. You have the button over there, Kim.
Thanks all. We'll see